Welcome back, gals and pals, to episode 4 of PhoenixCast. Today I'm joined again by Ryan.
No, you're not.
Okay, well, you're here.
No, my name's Greg.
Okay, Greg. So, today we're on to the beautiful topic of Kingdom Hearts 2.
Woo!
Before we begin, come on Ryan, let's give them a chance to find out that I might die during the episode, alright?
Yeah, you're going to sneeze a lot, aren't you?
I am suffering with hay fever a little bit with our horribly hot weather in England right now. So I apologise in advance for that.
Yeah, just hopefully you move away from the mic and you don't just do it right into it.
No promises, but I'll do my best.
Okay then. So we are
So let's just jump right into that.
with Roxas.
Roxas, my boy. Yeah, that's my boy. He's my boy.
He's
He's my boy.
How many people are going to be your boy in this?
Roxas. Riku.
Yeah, I could have sworn you said
Maybe Sora.
Axel.
Axel's my boy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of them in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So we are in Twilight Town.
We are in Twilight Town. It's beautiful.
6 days. Best
6 days.
Best part of the game.
Yeah, so this game has got to have the longest intro to any game ever.
At least until it flashes the logo.
Yeah, that's the intro.
No.
It's 2 hours.
The intro is
2
Sanctuary,
hours.
which is better than Simple and Clean. Fight me.
2 hours.
No, fight me.
No, I agree.
I've been seeing a lot of like people questioning the big Kingdom Hearts streamers and YouTubers of what is better, Sanctuary or Simple and Clean.
Don't think twice.
I have heard a few people actually say that.
I'm on the same page as what I've been reading, which is right now it doesn't beat Sanctuary or Simple and Clean, but it's a good song, and I think watching it with the Kingdom Hearts 3 opening, it might just become the best song.
You know, before this podcast we said we wouldn't sidetrack, and here we are sidetracking.
Hey man, you just gotta do what you gotta do.
At least we're not IGN in this whole
So
review.
I haven't actually played any Kingdom Hearts games, but I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 10.
Just because we get to play as Roxas. No one cares about Roxas.
Yeah, who's Roxas, man? This guy's weird.
No one likes him.
I like him.
The face you pulled when you said that.
He keeps me warm at night.
Alright, so we're going through the 6 days.
6 days.
Pence, Olet.
So where we left off at the end of the last game, Roxas had been caught by Diz.
Yep.
And transported into a digital version of Twilight Town.
Yep.
And we begin Kingdom Hearts 2. Roxas has no memory of what happened. And he is friends with the town residents.
What?
Haina, Pence, and Olet. That's it. I got that.
I just
I got
said,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, you did just say that. We do see those, I believe, in 358.
We do see him in Rechain as well.
In
Because
Rechain?
in one of the I forgot this until literally just now. In one of the ending credits of, I don't know if it's Sora or Riku's story, but Roxas is walking through Twilight Town and Hannah Pence and all that run past him. Now I don't know if that's hinting towards 358 or
Well, I'm
or
sure
two.
in 358 when you're on a mission with Axel, you do see them. And Roxas wonders why they're running around having fun pointlessly.
Yeah, but Roxas
And
is
then-
in his clothes like from 2.
Yeah, I know in this cutscene
the
that you're on
white
about,
black,
but what I'm talking about is when they're on a mission, and that's when Axel first takes him to the clock tower for his ice cream dates. I think that's what happens. I don't know, I told you I'm not very versed in that game, but...
No, you did say you're going to go and actually try and finish it, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to try. I'm actually going to beat Recoded as well.
Oh yeah, you never did that, did you?
I got right to the end where you're about to dive into Riku,
Yeah.
and I stopped. I don't know why I stopped, because I thought it was a good game. I will go back to it though.
Alright.
But yeah,
So,
moving on.
quickly, I might add,
Thrusting forward.
all these innuendos are off the chain.
Innuendo.
So, we're here in this data version of Twilight Town because Diz has sent Roxas there. It's just 6 days of... It's kind of all over the place, really.
Yeah, mainly it's just the last 6 days of your summer vacation before you're going back to school, which is what Roxas thinks, anyway.
That's what he thinks, yeah.
But what really happened is, we know Sora is in his pod from the end of Chain of Memories. Roxas has been placed here from the end of 358, and we know that Diz was trying to join Roxas and Sora back together.
Yep.
So essentially, while Naminé is rebuilding Sora's memories in the pod, they're trying to get Roxas to rejoin with him to make him complete.
And we just summed up
the whole 6 days.
Not really, because there are times when
we'll go more.
I'd say that's 75%, but funnily enough, and the 75% is actually going to lead to what I say. After each individual day, you hear a computer voice.
It says
computer voice is about. I think at the first day it's like memory reboot at 12%, and then you would always hear like Diz say something like "Naminé, hurry," or something ridiculous.
Something weird.
In a who plays Diz? The late great
Christopher Lee.
Yeah, Christopher Lee. That's the one.
Amazing actor.
Yeah, sadly he won't be obviously back for free.
I know.
If we do get,
I hope they
Diz
don't
back.
I really hope because obviously we're going to have to already replace Xehanort because Leonard Nimoy passed.
Yeah, obviously.
And I don't want them to dishonour their memory by having a half-assed
version,
like attempt.
Yeah, there are loads of people you can find who do really good.
They're a really good voice. That's the thing, but they don't pick them. It's like in Kingdom
don't.
Hearts 1, you know that a lot of the voice actors weren't the actual Disney voice actors.
Yeah.
Or whatever, or the actual.
Oh yeah, my girlfriend could really tell with Alice.
Yeah.
In fact, Alice's voice actor, I think, is used for at least 4 or 5 different princesses, including in 2, I think.
Yeah, and it's just, you can tell it's not good.
Yeah.
It's like Jack in Parts of the Caribbean's world. Wasn't Johnny Depp.
Oh, we'll get to that. I can't wait till we talk about that.
In the 3 trailer, it sounds a lot closer.
Oh, I think it is him.
I thought it was him, but I don't know. It could just be a really good person.
I hope it is Johnny Depp. I hope we get him all back, but we're getting ahead of ourselves.
We'll get there.
Yeah, so after each day, there's like a computer just doing all this nonsense. I think is it the 2nd or 3rd day where time stops?
3rd. It's the 3rd day,
Should
which
we
is the
actually
struggle.
go over what happens over all 4?
Okay, so
days?
first day. What actually?
They're missing a word.
Oh, first day, yeah. Basically a nobody, a dusk, which I believe we spoke about in 358.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
So we don't know what they are at this point because 358 actually released after this game.
Yeah.
So this is all mystery to us. We don't know who Roxas is. We don't know what's going on.
But for you lucky listeners, you do know who he is. Hopefully, we did do a good job.
So we're doing like a semi-chronological, not chronological order. we're trying to make it make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah. So a dusk has stolen all of the photos from the digital Twilight Town of Roxas. So anything Roxas is in, it's took, and also stolen the word photos for some reason. So no one can say that word. And the first day is you trying to find the thief because Cypher from Final Fantasy VIII, his gang, so him, Raijin and Fujin, also from Final Fantasy VIII, and weirdly Vivi.
Yeah, Vivi is a part of the gang, but then also times he's not part of the gang. It's weird.
Yeah,
it's
weird.
almost like it's just sort of like when your little brother wants to tag along.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh yeah, alright, come on.
So we think, or Roxas's group think Cypher's gang did it, and Cypher's gang think we did it.
Yeah, until the dusk intervenes and then kind of like flies off to the mansion, don't it?
Roxas gets annoyed at Cypher and has a fight with him until a dusk breaks in and breaks that up.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you chase the dusk.
And then, as you're fighting him, it's kind of like similar to Destiny Islands in Kingdom Hearts 1, where Sora can't hit the Heartless. It's the same here. Roxas can't hit the dusk with the... are they struggle weapons?
Yeah, struggle weapons. Struggle battles are a big part of Kingdom Hearts 2, really. It happens a lot.
It does
a little bit
later.
in Birth by Sleep too. But struggling is you have blunt weapons. Each person holds 100 orbs. It's the first person to either collect all 200 and leave the other person with 0, or whoever has the most after the end of the time limit.
So he's trying to fight this dusk. It's not hitting, and then he wished. I can't remember what happens. Someone speaks to him, or I swear.
No.
I can't remember.
That's the 4th day.
Is that the
5th day?
Is that the 4th?
But this time it just changes.
Does it just appear in his
data
arm?
rings go around it, and it changes into the Kingdom Key Keyblade.
Yeah.
And Roxas, is then able to hit the dusk, defeats that, and all the photos fall down, so you know that this was the thief.
Yep.
And that's pretty much the end of the first day, I believe.
Yeah, they get the word back.
and
Yeah, they get the photos, and that's the end of day 1. Now I can't remember day 2 right now. I'm really struggling off the top of my head.
I could have sworn day 2 is the beach.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
because you find out about the struggle tournament, and you say you're going to win it to get money for the beach, But then in the end, you kind of
You literally, all you have to do, and
do odd jobs.
this is literally a tip for anyone who does this. If you want to do all the jobs, fine. But if you're going for the
mail
platinum,
delivery,
if you're going
is
for the platinum
fastest.
later on, and you want to do everything, just wait till then. Just do the fast one, which, as you just said, is mail delivery.
It takes about
You only
8
have to
seconds.
do one.
9 seconds, or is it 12? I can't remember. You can do it pretty quick.
I mean, we're not speed running this game, so
No, but I like to try and get as fast as I can on that. But if you get over 2,000 money from doing random quests, it's like random jobs, which this is the fastest way to do that. You'll get AP plus 1 permanent boost for your character. Yeah.
I mean, if you don't want to do that, you just do one job, run straight to the
Yeah, you can do that if you
the
want.
train station, talk to
I mean, you lose the money anyway, but you do get it back later.
yeah, you do. You talk to Haina, don't you? And
No.
he's like, you give it to Haina?
No. Oh yeah. Once you're done, you give it to
Yeah,
Haina.
that's what I meant.
I thought you meant later on when you get it back. No.
No.
When you're done, yeah, you give it to Haina. No. You tell Haina how much you've got. Olet puts it all in a bag, gives Roxas the bag.
Yeah, that's what I mean. To trigger the cutscene, you talk to
Trigger
Haina.
the cutscene, you talk to Haina.
That's what I meant.
But they give that to a mysterious black cloaked figure, like the Organisation 13 cloaks. Then grabs Roxas while he's playing with a stick for some reason.
Yeah, because he's trying to summon the key because he doesn't quite understand what's going on. And then it's revealed later that he stole the money, and not only that, Haina, Pence, and Olet didn't even see the black hooded figure.
Only Roxas could see him.
That Roxas saw. So
And so he stole the money.
Yep.
Wait. No, we've definitely got this in the wrong order.
did we?
Yeah. Because inside the pouch is the struggle trophy orb.
Yeah, we did then, didn't we? That must be the 4th day.
That must be the 4th day. Struggle tournament's 3rd day.
What, 2nd day? Oh, we are failing miserably here. Sorry, everyone. Unfortunately, I'm probably not going to edit this part out because the 6 days is one I usually just run.
Let's just say we're not that great with the 6 days because anybody who played Kingdom Hearts 2 a lot would always have a save file at the bottom of their memory card. At the end of the 6 days, they didn't have to suffer it again.
Well, if you played on the PS2, yeah. If you played on the PS4, it can be done a lot quicker. It takes like an hour.
I really don't remember what day 2 is, though.
No, I don't. And I'm really failing right now. Is it?
It's not day 2's the struggle tournament, is it? Because...
No, that'd be too early, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. It would be too early.
I feel like we would remember it if it's of importance.
Oh, it's not important. Nothing really is at Twilight Town apart from during the struggle tournament, everything freezes when you're fighting Vivi. Because Vivi's for some reason really strong suddenly. Turns out he's actually a Dusk.
Yeah.
Time freezes and is it Axel turns up?
Yes.
You fight some nobodies and then you have to fight Axel and then you scream and time comes back.
No, Axel appears. He's like saying how he's going to take Roxas back, and then Diz appears.
And they're both going, Roxas,
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 Roxas.
and then Roxas just screams into the heavens, Hater, Pence,
Olet.
And for some reason this snaps out of the whole time thing.
Yeah.
And that's the struggle tournament, really. You can win or lose it doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't matter if you win or lose, but
You
come on.
do get an accessory. The champion
Yeah, you
belt.
get the champion's belt, which is, isn't it strength +1 plus 20% resistance to all elements?
Yeah, essentially. And if you lose, I didn't even realise because it's a missable item and you can't ever get it either way. There's like a coin or something you get from Setzer.
A coin?
Yeah, like he gives you a coin if you lose. He's like, here you go, you did well. He gives you like an item that you can't get unless you lose, but you also can't get the champion's belt unless you win. So if you're going for 100%, you literally have to miss one of the two items.
That's annoying.
I know it is. Trust me, I am aware how annoying that is.
Well, there you go. I learned something, yeah. I've never lost, so I didn't know you got an item.
I hope we didn't miss anything important on the 2nd day. I really do.
I really don't think we did.
I hope not. But that's a struggle tournament in a nutshell, right?
Haina, they plan the struggle tournament on the 2nd day because Haina hates him because he sees you hanging out with Cypher, or he thinks you are, but you're not.
God, man, I don't.
2nd day, you fight Cypher.
Do you?
For the fun of fighting Cypher, yeah.
Oh, that's fucking
He's like,
pointless.
Maybe if you beg, and Roxas does, get on his hands and knees, but then grabs a struggle weapon and attacks him. And then when you beat him, he says that famous line, Ergla!
I thought that was the day one with the photos.
I don't know.
I don't know anymore.
We're not sounding like
I
the
don't
kind of
know
people you would watch for you will now know everything about the series.
Well, I would hope that we could kind of summarise it to the point that people would want to go play it themselves.
Well, it would be nice.
Just know that Kingdom Hearts 2, and I think we both agree, is the best in the series to date as the game. And the 6 days is one of those moments where, yeah,
you just wish it weren't there.
You wish it weren't, but when you play 358 or you know 358, you do like that it's there in a way.
Yeah, but I still wish it was about 2 days, 3 days max.
I do understand that, yeah.
My problem was just the sheer length of it, and how boring half of it was.
Okay, let's get through these as fast as we can then. So, third day struggle tournament, we did all that. We've done the whole thing.
Axel has appeared, Diz has appeared, Roxas doesn't know what's going on. Next day, I believe you're
going to the beach, which you're
going to go to the beach. We've been over that, so you get your money stolen.
Yeah, just pretend that we've said that now instead of
and then you get a cutscene where Hooded Man is giving the money to Diz.
Yeah.
And he says, "So what do you call yourself?" And then the hooded figure takes his hat down. Boom, it's Ansem, Seeker of Darkness.
Yeah.
And he says, Ansem. Man flesh. So
my God, imagine Lord of the Rings in Kingdom Hearts. That would be like next level.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts 3 could pull that off so well.
Let's not.
It's
not going to happen. It's just not.
It won't happen.
Aragorn as
well, they've already said Marvel and Star Wars won't happen if they're not going to happen.
Aragorn as a Link summon. That would be hilarious. At the end, he just summons all the ghosts to take out all the hearts. Yeah. That'd be brilliant. Oh my God.
You get like a flow. I know they're meant to be Disney rides, but you get a flow attraction. It's just like, Rohirrim!
Oh, that would be brilliant.
So yeah, he gives the money to Diz. He says he's Ansem, and everyone's like, "Oh, that is absolute bum-ting like." And then
what?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think what you meant to say is that is like, why is he back?
Because he's stylish.
Because by this point,
he's a suave fella.
We have no idea why. If you played 2 on its release date, and
so
you did play Chain of Memories on Game Boy Advance, you'd still have no idea why Ansem.
And it would be even more of a question if you did play Chain of Memories.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because you see Riku drive him out completely.
Not completely. He's still there.
Sort of, but he's basically just like, I ain't afraid of you. I ain't afraid of no. Norts. I couldn't think of a word for that.
Yeah, fair enough.
But
I would say he's put it in a cage, like the darkness part of Ansem.
You could say Nicolas Cage.
Why would you say Nicolas Cage?
I don't know. I just wanted to raise my eyebrows.
So we've done the whole money thing on day 4. It's Ansem. Day 5 comes around,
and Axel finds you yet again. It is a special moment for all involved. He wants you to remember. Don't you remember me, Roxas? And Roxas is like, nah, man, I don't know your name. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna have to bring you back by force. And then he's about to get attacked, and that's when Nominee from the roof
appears. Yeah,
shouts, "Use the Keyblade!" And he just puts his hands up, and it appears, and it's all special.
I hope that's not the second day.
No, Axel doesn't fight him that early on.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
because I'm not sure anymore. I'm not sure about anything.
Look, guys, YouTube will tell you the order of the days, but we're giving you the information you need.
Okay, yeah.
It doesn't really matter what order you get it in, to be honest. As long as the 6th day is in the right place, that's all that matters.
No, because the 5th day is the things, the strange things around the Twilight Town. What are they called? The 7 Wonders. The 5th day is the 7 Wonders. So that is the 2nd day when Nominee shouts, "Use the Keyblade." Do you remember it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, 2nd day, right, is that what we were just talking about.
Which is kind of actually important.
It is. And he manages to beat Axel back.
Yeah, he does.
Do you proper fight Axel there?
Yeah.
Or do you fight loads of nobodies? Axel summons nobodies to fight?
I think you do fight Axel. I'm just...
Oh my God, this is a disaster.
It is. I feel like we'll be a lot better once we pass this. Okay, so the 2nd day is just you fight Axel. Doesn't matter how many health bars.
5th day.
I don't give a crap anymore. We have to get the 6 days done because this is going on way too long. So
Axel, that happens. 5th day is the... How many wonders? 6 wonders?
7.
7? 7 wonders of Twilight Town.
Yeah, there's 6 in the area with the. You take the train.
You take the train going anywhere. The midnight train.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got your reference.
Yeah. Well, it has stars on it, and you do go through like space.
Okay.
Oh no! Wait, no. That's
Yeah,
after.
you've completely jumped ahead.
Wrong train.
Wrong train. We just
Train
go to a
harder.
different part of Twilight Town, and there are 6 wonders there. Pence is all like, "Oh, look at we got these 6 wonders. We can go find. Let's do that." None of it. They're all just glitches in the system.
Yeah, but
There
then
is a part of a dog.
Roxas is the only one who knows that it's a glitch. Everyone else just thinks, oh, it's explainable in this way. So you have one where the stairs count different up and down when you first get off the train.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Raijin counted them and he's not very smart.
Yeah.
So
The one that like is really funny is the dog in the trash can.
the bag
Yeah.
that you jump on top
I
of.
thought it was of trash.
You jump over trash
Bag.
cans.
Oh yes, you do. Sorry. And
It turns out
at
it's a dusk.
yeah, it's a dusk right at the end.
They're like, oh, it was just a dog. It's fine. It's not a bag run on its own. And then it turns into a dusk, and you're like, oh.
oh well.
There's another one which is balls flying out of an alley, and
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Oh, it's just you, Roxas, playing with balls." Don't know why Roxas doesn't say, "No, I wasn't." They were shooting out of the wall.
Because he will sound literally insane.
Yeah, well, sometimes you gotta.
And then
there's another one where there's like hundreds of VVs
yeah,
in a
I was about to
underground
mention that
train
one, yeah.
thing. And they're like, "Oh no, it's just VV training." It's like, yeah, it is, but there was 50 of them.
And then there's the one with the waterfall.
The waterfall, they say that you see another version of yourself in there. You have to fight a shadow Roxas.
Yeah.
But then Haina walks past after he's kicked your ass. I'm pretty sure you're on the floor at this point.
Yeah.
Obviously you have to win, but and he's like, "Wow, I thought there was someone else stood there then. Oh, this explains the mystery."
Oh my god. And I feel like we're missing one, but I don't think he's really mad. The one that really matters is when you go to the mansion.
Then there's the final one, which is the sunset. They say you can see a driverless train from the top of the hill.
But that is actually important.
Which
yeah.
Roxas does see. This is the train I mentioned earlier with the stars on it.
Yep.
And it doesn't need tracks to drive. And no one else can see it. And this is where Roxas starts to think someone's up.
Yeah, and then the 7th wonder is the mansion.
The mansion.
A girl can be seen in the window of the mansion.
Mm-hmm. Which we later come to find is Naminé.
Yep.
And no one else can see her apart from Roxas.
Only Roxas can, yeah.
So
They just say, well,
it feels like Roxas can see the things from outside of the digital version.
yeah.
Like his heart connects to Naminé.
Almost as if he's
probably.
not meant to be there.
Oh yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But right, so final day comes. Naminé. Axel finds Roxas again.
Yeah, everything freezes now.
No one can see him now. He goes to the usual spot with his friends to meet up with his friends, and no one sees him. They just walk through him. It's like he's not even there.
Yes, they do, yeah.
And he's like, "What?
What's happening?" And then you
Go outside the usual spot. You see
Yeah.
Axel, and Roxas remembers him now. I don't know if he's getting his memories back or if he just remembers how many times he's told him his name's
No,
Axel.
I think over the course of the 6 days, he's been sort of like, I know I'm meant to remember you, but I don't. And he just feels really bad about it. So you don't really fight him. Time freezes. I think Diz just stalls Axel.
Yeah, he's
for a
about to
minute.
try and bring you back. Naminé or Diz freeze Axel.
Well, it's
yeah.
Diz because he says, Roxas, to the mansion.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's time.
And then you go to the mansion to meet up with Naminé.
Yep.
Who basically tells you were never meant to exist.
Can I say, by the way, the run from the Axel part... Oh, actually, we should say, once you escape that area, Axel just basically accepts that his Roxas is gone.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it looks like I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. But what I will say is the run from there to the mansion is like the most eeriest part of Kingdom Hearts 2 for me. No music's playing. Like the background Twilight music isn't playing.
It's almost
just
like
somber.
it's your last moment.
Yeah.
You're heading to your doom kind of thing. It's really good.
I get chills. But
Yeah.
like the chills I'd get if I was watching like a horror movie, like the suspense.
Yeah. Suspense.
I don't really get it anymore, but when I was younger I did. So you get to the mansion, you go up to Naminé's room first?
Yeah, the white room.
Yep.
And Naminé is like, Roxas, you were never meant to exist. To which Roxas replies, that's a horrible thing to say, even if it is true.
Well, he's not wrong.
He isn't wrong, no. But
Yeah. Well,
she says that he won't fade away. They'll meet again. Because who is it who comes in? Diz.
Diz and
Diz comes in and grabs
Diz
her,
and
don't he?
Ansem, yeah, they both come in.
and grab her and say you've said too much, kind of thing.
Ansem says, Diz, we gotta go because no bodies are coming.
So you're left to explore the mansion, go down. You eventually find your way to a room.
It's the opposite side of the room, so like on the top stairs, you go to the far right instead of the left.
Yeah, at the top of the stairs, and you go down, do some drawings on a table, which makes the whole floor disappear.
Yeah,
I know, right? Weird. Kingdom Hearts.
It's, like, it's kind of like a bookcase where you just move on the books, or Batman with the piano. You play certain keys, it opens the bookcase.
So you got all that. You go down. You find the computer room that Ansem and Diz were in.
Yep.
And you go through the next door.
No, you missed the point.
Oh, yeah. Roxas' little meltdown.
Yeah, he has a little meltdown.
He gets really angry, beats the living shit out of the computer.
Yep.
With the Keyblade, which you can now summon at will. Great, good times. So yeah, he gets really angry at that.
What can you say? When you're chosen, you're chosen. When you got it, you got it. And then he goes through the next room, and guess who's there? Red-haired man.
Got it memorized.
Got it memorized. AXE.
And Roxas remembers him now. He's like, "You're Axel." He's like, "Oh, you really do remember? Well, you're too late."
I thought it was, "I'm so flattered."
You could say "I'm so flattered." I can't fucking remember.
I think he says, "You're too late." "I'm so flattered, but you're too late." And then it goes into the fight.
That sounds about
and
right.
Then this is the great part. Roxas, in doing remembering, whips out, and yes, I'm using the term whips out, Oblivion and Oathkeeper and dual wielding, and this was the first time in the series, that we dual wield. And the combos are insane.
They're brilliant. I mean, Kingdom Hearts 2, if anything, is the... actually, I don't know. But it was the first time the series had reached a new level in flashiness. Like, you felt
it would
so
have been a
stylish.
new level.
No, it was a new level then, but I'm trying to think, is it the most stylish game now? Because with 3D and flow motion. But then flow motion isn't that stylish. It's jump off a wall, do a spin, and hit the floor.
Depending on which one you want to do.
And then it's deck commands, which aren't that stylish. They're more... You have to think about it more. It's more strategic, but it's not stylish. I think
hint for later on for 3D. Just use Balloon.
Balloon.
But yeah, I'll tell you all the little hints and tips for 3D because there's a certain song in that game that drives me absolutely insane.
La, 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 la.
Shut up. Shut up.
I'll stop.
Please. Thank you.
Shut it up, just shut up.
You recognise that one, but you don't know 4 minutes. Yeah, so we fight Axel with Oblivion and Oathkeeper, and we can't really say why Roxas dual wields, and in the last episode we did have a mini discussion about it, but it's such spoilers for later on in Kingdom Hearts that I had to cut it out when I edited it. So we won't talk about that now, but Roxas can dual wield Oblivion and Oathkeeper. He fights Axel off, beats him. Axel uses a portal behind him.
And then Roxas, I love this line, so I want to say it. Roxas says, "I'll see you in the next life." And then Axel says, "Silly. Just because you have a next life."
I don't think that's the same scene.
It is.
Is it? Are they stood on the watchtower? Or are you thinking of something else?
No, that's in Twilight Town in the room with the green floor.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. I thought that was a cutscene that's later on, which I think was included in Final Mix. So...
No. Later on, he doesn't say that to...
Oh, doesn't he?
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yes, you are correct. Yes, I'm sorry. You are right.
Because that's the last time he sees Roxas.
Yeah. No, it isn't. Carrying on, because we'll get there. It's in this game. We will carry on. So...
What?
We go through the door, and
it'll come to me.
We go to the pods, and we notice these are the same pods from Recon.
Yeah, and we see Donald and Goofy.
Donald and Goofy are in there, yeah. And then you go into the next room, and Diz appears, and there's a massive pod. If you played Recon or Chain of Memories, you'd know this pod is Saurus.
I love this part too. Roxas gets really angry at Diz. Runs at him and tries to slash him up a bit with the Keyblade.
Yep.
And Diz says, he's like, "You could do to share some of that anger with Sora. He's far too kind for his own good."
I mean, he's not wrong. Sora could use that anger sometimes, and
he does seem like he does gain some of that.
He does show it, but then they mellow him out later on, and it's like, wow, it doesn't seem like he's showing it anymore, bro.
Thing is, with this, they haven't actually merged. So Roxas does after this. He says the famous heart-wrenching line. Come on, Ryan, you can do it.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, I'll let you have this one.
Okay. It's Sora. You're lucky. Looks like my summer vacation is over.
Oh,
And
I got chills just from hearing Ryan say that.
I did get a bit of chill for myself, to be honest. And then it zooms out, doesn't it? And then it reveals the title, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's where we see the title.
Yeah. We also do know that the pod opens, you see Sora, and he looks... Obviously, he looks like he should be 5 years older, but only a year has passed since he went in.
A year has passed. He had a growth spurt while sleeping,
Oh
and
my
now
God.
his clothes did not.
No, they did not.
It was
So,
great.
so we see actually an image after this where Mickey... So we're finally past the 6 days now. The 6 days are done. We are not in Data Twilight Town. We are in the real Twilight Town now. We're past it all. We're in the worlds. We're everywhere and anywhere. Go wherever we want to go. And... We see the train that we saw as one of the Seven Wonders parks up. Yes, I'm using parks up in the train station.
Rolling up.
I believe. Do we see who comes out of that train? I think we do.
We see Mickey come out of the train,
so
but we haven't met him yet.
No, we haven't.
We're still at the.
No, what I'm saying is
the
cutscene happens after.
Yeah.
He gets out and he's in the organisation cloak, as he would be if you played Recon. Obviously, at this point, we don't know that because unless you play Chain of Memories on the Game Boy Advance, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, which we hadn't.
I
don't know when actually. Was it after KH2 that they did Recon on PS2 in America?
Yes, because it came out with KH2 Final Mix.
In Japan.
In Japan, yeah.
But in America, it came out as a standalone release.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have come out before Final Mix.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I refuse to believe that one. And if they did...
Japan get everything first. If it came out first for them with Final Mix Plus.
Square makes some weird choices, but that choice just seemed too weird. So Sora gets woken up by Donald and Goofy. And then we're introduced to a beautiful theme called Sora.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Leave nothing to the imagination. And...
What? I'm not allowed to sing it?
No, don't. Because you have to
Please do, guys.
No, it's because you have to go high pitch, and I already feel like we're loud enough as it is. So...
Okay, I'll just do the drum beat.
Alright, yeah, you can have that one. Even though that's also very close to Disney towns. Not Disney Town, Disney Castles.
Isn't that boom boom psh boom boom psh boom 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 psh?
Yeah, it's similar. So the reason I thought you're gonna go anyway. Yeah, so he's woken up. A year has passed, and then they try to check the journal to figure out what are you doing with your eyebrows.
They're trying to figure out what they did in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Okay, cool.
Because they don't have any memory of Chain of Memories ever happening.
No, and all the journal says is thank nominee in a Jiminy Cricket voice that I can't do. And
I'm not even going to try. I was thinking about trying. I was like, nah.
Ah, fair enough. And so...
Gosh, what? No.
You're giving up on that one.
Yeah.
We finally reunite the main cast of Kingdom Hearts 1.
The Three Musketeers.
Once again, jumping ahead of yourself. And
yes and no.
Shout out to people who know Dream Drop. And okay.
Repping the Briggs. Okay, carry on.
I'll keep looking at you if you keep interrupting. And
so then
oh,
alright,
dear.
I'll stop. I will stop.
Please do. We are on a schedule. No, we are literally on a schedule, and you are making this take longer.
Right.
So the main cast are back together. We get transported now outside the mansion, and they have no idea where they are.
Yeah. You can go back in to get some chests and items. Just little tip.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can.
Can you?
No, you can't go. I don't think you can go back in the mansion just yet to get the chests.
No, you have to go to the end of Twilight Town first. And then
you can go back.
Not a tip then.
You keep running through, and I'm struggling to remember what happens. You just go through. Don't you have to go all the way to the?
You meet
usual
Haina
place?
Pensonolet.
Yeah,
you go to the usual spot first.
Yeah.
You go to the usual spot. You meet Haina Pensonolet. They think you seem familiar, and you think they seem familiar. No one knows why. Everyone's like, "Ooh, what's going on?"
Hinting about the whole Roxas going back to Sora.
Yeah. Because even though they were just data projections, they still had a fragment of their hearts.
Yeah.
So like their hearts remember.
And
quite weird.
anyone questioning that, just remember that it is called Kingdom Hearts. And it is the most convoluted story you'll ever hear.
Yeah, a lot of people dislike the story a lot. I think it's one of them things, it's so complicated that you either appreciate it or you can pick out all the little flaws that it's obviously going to have from being so complex.
Yeah, exactly.
So a lot of people focus on the flaws and plot holes and how if you don't piece things together yourself, it doesn't really give you all the answers. People don't like that.
Yeah.
I do.
But,
I like thinking about it, discussing it, doing things like this. I find it fun. It's good.
Cool. So he meets the three. We get through all of that. And then I believe they ask, have you seen the King or Riku? Because they're still looking for them. Because they're continuing.
That's what their adventure
They're
was all
continuing
about.
from KH, the end of KH1, where they were on the search for those two.
Yep.
Obviously, as you mentioned, no memory of Recon.
Yep. So they don't know anything about Nobodies.
Nope.
They don't know anything about the organisation.
Nope.
They know
Although
nothing.
I don't think they knew about Nobodies in Recon.
No, they don't. You don't fight Dusks in Recon.
No. You just fight the organisation.
Though we might have some slight memory of it from Roxas.
Maybe, but it doesn't seem that
never
way.
never really gives that information out.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go to the station.
Yep.
You're fighting Nobodies and Heartless. I think it might be a mix. I can't remember.
I think it's Nobodies.
But you're fighting enemies.
No, it's Nobodies.
Non-stop. You're just fighting enemies. You keep going. Eventually, cuts to a cutscene. You get Mickey jumping in and saving the day.
Yeah, and the reason you went to the station was because when asking Hayna, Pence, and Olette if they had seen a small mouse or a tall, what colour is Riku's hair?
Silver.
A tall silver-haired man. That he was like, no, but I did find someone with these weird round ears.
Yeah.
And so you go to the station, you fight the Nobodies.
And he saves your ass.
Yes, he does.
Because you've been asleep for a year, so you get tired quite quick.
Your muscles aren't what they used to be.
Been missing out on that cardio I was talking about in the first episode of this.
Wow, okay. Throwback.
You've been missing your cardio, now you're getting it back.
Yeah. So yeah, and then Mickey, does he hand them the pouch?
Hands them the pouch
Yeah.
that Roxas got.
Yeah, but it's not the exact same pouch,
Yeah.
is it? Is
No.
it? No, I think it's a different one.
Doesn't Olette give you the pouch?
I don't know. There's a confusion here that I'm not too sure about. So Mickey just gives you the pouch. It's got the blue orb in it.
It's got the blue orb and the money in it.
So it must be the same.
But you get that same pouch again later on. No, you don't. I was getting confused. Yeah, this is where you get the pouch from them. And then Olette says, I have the same pouch and I made it by hand. So how the hell do you have one?
Yeah, exactly. And
yeah,
confused
that's right.
how Mickey has that pouch.
Well, he must have found Diz
Must
and that
have,
by
but
now.
they never mention it. Well, no, he wouldn't have found Diz. He would have found Ansem. Which makes you wonder why he didn't just attack him on the spot.
I don't know. But moving forward.
Yeah.
We go into the station. We say our goodbyes. Sora, weirdly, this is how you can tell that Roxas's heart really is affecting him. Has a tear fall while he's saying goodbye to Hayna, Pence and Olette.
Yep.
No, he doesn't know why. They don't know why. They're probably thinking, what's with this strange guy? What's fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get on the train and off it takes you to the mysterious tower.
Yes, it does.
Home to
Master Yen Sid,
Mickey's Keyblade teacher.
the second Disney character to be a master.
Who's the first?
Mickey.
Does it ever actually say he's a master?
Yeah,
it talks a lot about him being a student, but I swear it never actually
He
calls
must
him
be
a master.
He has to be.
No, I know, but it never calls him one. I mean, you'd presume Sora's a master with all the stuff he does, but no.
I think
He's just a Keyblade wielder. They call him the Keyblade Master through the whole first game because they never intended the story to go far enough for there to be multiple Keyblade wielders.
that is true. I don't know. We'll leave it up in the air for now.
Yeah.
So he could be a Keyblade Master, maybe not, but he does have a cool Keyblade.
The Star Seeker.
What, Mickey?
Well, it was his Keyblade.
It was Yen Sid's.
Okay. No, it was Mickey's training Keyblade. He might.
Yeah,
Yen Sid
which
might have
I'm
used it
pretty
before.
sure Yen Sid
But-
gave to him.
Okay, the Kingdom Key D.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
what we're talking
that's
about
the one
for
I
his
was on
Keyblade?
about, yeah.
Okay.
It's basically just a golden version.
Yeah, it's just inverse colours. So
Yeah.
it's the darkness version of the Kingdom Key. The Kingdom Key being the main Keyblade of the light.
Yep.
So that's the true form. The only real form, really, of anything Sora uses, because common misconception in Kingdom Hearts, there are no new Keyblades.
No.
You have the Kingdom Key from start to finish and just replace the keychain, which gives it a new form. But essentially it's still his same Keyblade.
I mean, we've got to add the RPG elements in there somewhere.
Yeah. You need your equipment and whatnot.
Yeah. And so we get to the front of the tower, and then this is where we're introduced to one of the new main bad guys.
The main Disney antagonist from this game. I mean, really, he isn't, but he is.
He is the first time.
You see him more and fight him more than any other.
In the first time, when you go through all the worlds, he is the main bad guy. I'm pretty sure he's in every single world.
From this point, he's the main bad guy because there isn't another one yet.
And this man's name is Pete. Yeah.
Pete.
Who is from Steamboat Willie?
Steamboat Willie, yeah. He wants to go on Mickey's ship.
Very old cartoon, so it wouldn't
I believe it
surprise
was
me.
black and white, one of the really early, probably
Mickey,
60s, 50s.
Mickey wasn't even like... that type.
No, it was silent.
He was the side character.
He whistled and that was it.
Yeah, he was the side character to Steamboat Willie.
Yeah.
And
it was his ship, Mickey's ship.
Yeah, I don't know what made them change and have Mickey as the main guy of Disney, but
I don't know. But yeah, so Pete's there and he said that right now the Heartless are inside the tower taking Yensid's heart.
It's a bit liar, but yeah.
Well, that's what he thinks is happening. But
yeah. And then he's like, oh, I'll bring the heart back to Maleficent, who he thinks is still alive.
Yeah, he doesn't know that Sora's took her out.
Yeah, in one, Sora took her out.
So they're laughing
took her out
about
on a
it.
nice date, and
I don't know if you've heard, but Maleficent is toast.
Yeah, you're so nonchalant about it. Yeah, I killed her.
I murdered her in cold blood. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It turned to this dragon. It was like, whoa.
Shoot fire and shit, man. It was fucking crazy.
And then all you do is you fight off the Heartless Pete sends you, and then he just runs away. And that is essentially what Pete does for most of this effing game.
Isn't that the part where he gets mad that not many Heartless come?
Yeah.
He's like, Heartless attack! And then like 3 Heartless come. He's like
3 shadows, and then I think 1 soldier is in that fight. And then,
you beat the Heartless there, climb up the tower, fight Heartless on the way up.
Yeah, you do.
In each of the rooms between the stairs. And you finally meet Yensid.
Yeah, and he scares the living crap out of me.
He looks like he's just took the most intense drugs of his life, and it's just on a lifetime trip. He's never coming back.
I'm sure he did when he was a master. And all he is he's just there to guide Sora down.
He pretty much just summarises what this game will be about. He's like, Heartless are back. You didn't really do fuck all in number 1, but good job for trying. There's now nobodies as well, so good luck with that, and off you fucking go. Oh, before you go, you look like a twat in your small clothes. Go to the fairies and they'll help you out.
I dare say, ladies and gentlemen, you summed that up perfectly. I hate to admit it. And, after all that, you
go to the fairies.
The 3 fairies from Cinderella?
Yeah.
Yeah, the red, blue and green.
No. They're originally from Sleeping Beauty.
Sorry, yes. Yeah. I'm thinking of
because they're the other side of Maleficent.
How many fairies in Disney? Come on, cut me a bit of slack.
Yeah, okay. Fairy godmother, the 3 fairies. Maleficent technically is a fairy.
God, what?
Just a big one.
What can't I remember her name? I know she's a pixie, but still, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
What's
you know about Tink?
Yes, Tinkerbell. Thank you.
Tink.
Yeah.
No, she is fairy. They say. Oh no, it's pixie dust, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a pixie.
Yeah.
But I'm classing it, so screw you and screw you all.
Well, yeah. So these fairies can't decide on fashion. They're like red, no blue, no green, and they keep just changing the colour of your clothes, not making them longer, so you still look like a complete bell end.
Yeah.
And eventually they're like, okay, all together now on 3.
You just sound like a midwife from the old English, like 1960s type of English.
And push. Yeah. And anyway, yeah, so they zap him 3 times at the same time, and it makes him look like a badass.
Yeah, it's definitely my favourite costume.
Yeah.
Out of everyone's
even
costumes.
Now, even to KH2, I still prefer 2. I feel like I'm going to constantly just be using whatever form that is. I can't remember what it's called now. Brave? No, is it Brave?
We in Europe got a KH treasure chest, and in it came a Bringart's limit form, I think it's called.
Could be limit
Or
form,
something like that.
Though I did find out from Reddit that it is only exclusive in that chest to the UK. You can buy it everywhere else anytime you want.
What, really?
Yeah, you can buy it in America. It's everywhere,
I
apparently.
love getting screwed over. Thanks, Square.
I wasn't too shocked.
I do love you, but come on.
Just
Come
fix your store, please.
Give me the pro, and I'll
bring the pro. Bring all the frickin' unversed and flood and wait, they're the same thing. Bring the unversed and the nobody plush and the we've got charity back, so I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But we need Meow Wow as well, and then we can get them all, and I'll leave you alone. just stop giving us things on the store and removing them, and then bringing them back years later.
Yeah.
Keep everything there. Just like you do in Japan.
We've had our rant.
Just do it, please.
We've had our rant.
Please, Square.
This is Kingdom Hearts 2, not rant at Square Enix.
Speaking of Kingdom Hearts 2, the Japanese Square store still has the original Kingdom Hearts 2 PS2 copy. You can buy it new. You can buy it new, Ryan.
I'm trying to get this back on track. He is not helping me.
Swinging back round, doing a full 180.
Yeah. Okay. So he's in his amazing costume. Don't do that. And
it also gains you a new ability that we like to call Valor Form.
Dry forms, essentially. Yeah.
Yes, your clothes now give you dry forms. First of which, Valor Form. So different dry forms take different prerequisites. Is that how you say the word?
Prerequisites.
Yeah,
that's how I say it.
Okay, so yeah. You have to use a certain character. So the first one you get, when you activate it, your clothes turn red, which is cool looking. You gain an extra Keyblade, so you get really flashy, awesome combos.
Yep.
But it takes Goofy out of your party.
Is it Goofy?
To you, yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes. Yeah.
And as you go on, you get one that gets rid of Donald, which will explain. Actually, I don't know when you get that. So I'm just going to explain all the forms now because I don't know when you get them apart from.
I don't know when you get that one.
So
I think it's actually after Disney Castle.
Wisdom form is the second one. Your clothes turn blue. You glide around, like float glide, not like actually gliding through the air, but you glide around, shooting magic projectiles out of your Keyblade, and it gives an insane buff to all of your magic spells.
Yeah, definitely.
This one takes Donald out.
Yep.
So third dry form, Master form, turns your clothes yellow. 2 Keyblades again?
Yep.
Or is there a third?
No, there's 2. There's never a third.
Swear he had a third one spinning behind him.
No, they're just 2.
Okay, well, Master form is really powerful combos.
Yep.
That takes Donald and Goofy away.
Mhm.
There is always a chance using dry forms. Apparently, it only happens if you overuse your dry forms. So, it's their way of trying to stop you doing it.
Right.
You'll turn into anti-form, which is what everyone might remember from Kingdom Hearts 1, who you fight in Neverland.
Yeah, the darkness.
You can turn into this version, which is insanely powerful, but you also receive increased damage. You cannot heal, and you cannot revert out of it.
No, it's annoying when you're trying to do later boss fights.
Yeah, it's a great thing to happen while you're fighting enemies, because you can tear through them pretty fast. As long as you don't get hit, because you do take more damage in this one. But on a boss, you're pretty much screwed unless you're really good at dodging.
Yeah, and then
using that enough times, eventually you will unlock Final Form, which does use 3 Keyblades. You have 2 floating here, 1 floating behind you. They spin around a lot when you glide.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% that Final Form has 3.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up.
I'm pretty sure it uses the 2 Keyblades from Master Form and your normal Keyblade, and an extra for Final.
Really?
Pretty sure. We'll look it up.
Okay.
I mean, feel free to tell us if we're wrong.
I've never noticed the 3 Keyblades. I feel like I would have.
I'm positive that you do. We'll look it up. I mean, in the next episode, we'll do a little disclaimer at the beginning if I'm wrong.
Yeah. And then in the final mix, they added Limit Form.
They did add Limit Form.
Which is you just turning back into KH1 Sora, and it has all his old abilities.
You keep your KH2 clothes, but it gives them the colour scheme.
Arcearchon and Ragnarok, they all return the abilities from KH1.
Yep. Which are overpowered in this. And I learned, because I never noticed while playing it myself, that using these abilities in Limit Form heals you.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Didn't notice.
I always use it in the 1000 Heartless Battle now.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people do that.
Yeah, it's very easy.
Yeah.
And it's also a great way to level it up as well, because all these dry forms can be leveled, and
Valor Form levels by amount of Keyblade hits you do.
Yeah.
Wisdom Form is amount of Heartless killed. Master Form is amount of Drive Orbs picked up. Small Drive Orbs are 1 XP, big Drive Orbs are 3. Antiform doesn't level up. It's random chance going into it, and it's meant to be a debuff really, more than a buff.
Yeah.
And final form is amount of nobody's killed. That's it.
And limit form is just using the gauges, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've gone through all them, and then the first world we go to isn't in Disney World, because Yensid gives us the gummy ship back,
Yeah, he does.
and we
We
go
go
on
to Hollow.
But before we get there, and I almost forgot, we're about to leave. Get a little cutscene with the three fairies. They're having a bit of a tit for tat, and there's a hawk.
Maleficent's crow.
Yeah, and she brings the
Watching
hawk
them.
brings the
coat.
the coat
And
back.
to revive Maleficent, which you probably find out in the Disney films, remembering her brings her back.
Is that actually why she comes back?
Yeah. She's like, oh no, I'm starting to remember. Don't think about it.
Oh, this is a joke. That's honestly the reason she's back.
The crow brings it to the fairies so that
I
they think
never-
about her.
I never knew that.
I think it only works if the fairies remember her. That's why the crow brings the cloak.
What if Aurora remembers her?
I don't know. I have no idea. But obviously Sora and Pete and all them remember her, and she didn't come back from that.
That is true.
So
So we gotta kill the fairies now, yeah? Kill the fairies, kill Maleficent.
well, in Birth by Sleep they're helping you out, so
No.
they're cool.
Birth by Sleep is a prequel, and if I kill them in the future, it's not going to affect the past.
It's not a paradox.
But of course, this being Kingdom Hearts, I could affect the past. Anyway.
So, we do get that. Maleficent, that's how she comes back. So what I meant earlier by, I'm not sure if Pete's the main villain or not, is because he is Maleficent's lackey, but she doesn't really play a role in Kingdom Hearts 2. She's just there.
She's in about
She talks.
a couple of cutscenes, start, middle, and end.
Yeah, she talks a bit, but mainly she sends Pete to do everything, and Pete's the one you deal with.
Yeah.
So there's that. So yeah, after that cutscene, off we jet
Hollow Bastion.
to Hollow Bastion. Yeah.
Yep.
To meet up with all our old friends. First of all, we run into
Yuffie.
Yuffie.
Or is it Cloud?
No, that's later on. No, we run into Yuffie first.
Are you sure?
Yeah. When you come back to Hollow Bastion again, because you go there 3 times.
Yes, you are correct.
When
yep.
you go back there again, he stood at the wall, or asking about Sephiroth.
Yep.
But this time, you meet Yuffie. Sora does a great impression of Leon.
Yeah.
We may never see each other again, but we'll never forget each other.
I love how that you actually held your a hand to your face just exactly the way Sora.
You've just got
did
it.
And then you find out that there's a new defense system in Hollow Bastion.
Yep, which helps to keep the hearts at bay, and they have made the Hollow Bastion Restoration Committee.
Yeah, and you get to be an honorary member.
Yep, do you get a card?
You get a card with your name on the back.
Yeah, and that's what the first keyhole. Basically, in Kingdom Hearts 2, items activate a world's keyhole.
Yep.
Do you unlock them or lock them in this game? I don't even understand.
It's not unlocking the heart, it's unlocking the pathway to the next world.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yeah.
All right.
Otherwise,
It's really flashy in
Otherwise,
this
we'd
game.
just be redoing Kingdom Hearts 1 again.
Yeah, exactly. So, in number 1, you kind of just aim your keyblade at the keyhole and boom, it goes in, done, job done. Let's go, off we go. Get some...
I've had a few relationships like that. Continue.
So then, in Kingdom Hearts 2, he kind of like jumps back, does loads of flashy, spinny stuff with his keyblade. There's loads of wind, crown symbols, hair flowing everywhere. It's quite flashy.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, so Hollow Bastion, we then do that. We go and we have to defend a gate with Leon.
Yep, but we lose Donald and Goofy.
We lose Donald and Goofy for that point, yeah. So we help Leon with that in the gully. I think that's where they told us to go.
Yeah, it's the go, yeah.
And then we go back. That's it for the first visit, isn't it?
You missed one.
We go ahead from the gully and there's a cutscene.
Yeah, the cutscene.
Where Sora thinks for the first time he's meeting Organisation 13.
Yep.
But shortly before they all reveal themselves, the member that is talking to you is Demix.
Yes.
Yeah, so you talk to Demix a little bit. He keeps calling you Roxas. You don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah?
What? Why are you looking confused?
Does he? You mean Demix in Hollow Bastion?
He's got his hood up though, you don't know it's him.
Oh.
But yeah, he's the one you're talking
in
to.
the gully?
In the gully. And then all the others come up at the top on that cliff.
Oh, okay. Oh, alright.
I mean, you're making me doubt myself now. It could be Zigbar,
I think it's Zigbar.
but I'm pretty sure it's Demix.
And then I'm pretty sure the one in
Because the only thing I remember is him going. The only reason I'm now starting to think Zigbar is because I kind of remember it being like he says Roxas, and then Sora's like, "Who the hell is Roxas?" He's like, "As if."
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, I think it is.
But I'm not sure. But another thing to look up. I mean, I want people to correct us if we're wrong.
I want people to play the game themselves. So either way.
Well, listening to I mean, if they listen to our series, they're going to be there for like 10 hours.
Yeah, but
it's like,
understand that this is summary mixed in with opinions.
to be honest, a lot of the reason why I'm forgetting things is because I have a terrible memory. Like, I have played the games and I know the story. It's just I can't get it out of my head easy enough.
So we have a little cutscene with the rest of Organisation 13. Because if you remember in Recon, we did wipe
Yeah,
about
we saw
half of them.
that was the traitorous half from the main branch.
Yep.
Which is who we're meeting now.
So isn't it technically Organisation 8?
Technically, I suppose at this point, yeah.
Yeah, so we meet them and then we have a clear idea of what needs to be done. Open the gateway to the next 2 worlds, but
You can choose the order, but everyone I think picks
Mulan.
Land of Dragons.
Yeah, Mulan.
Mulan,
Land
the
of
new
Dragons.
world for Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
Never before seen.
Mm-hmm. I
We'll
don't want to go over this again, so
brush
I'll
over
say
this
this
world.
now. Gummy ship missions in this one are a lot better than one.
Yeah, they are great. They're a lot flashier. They're more like a bullet hell shooter kind of thing.
Yeah.
Stuff going everywhere. It's just really good.
I don't want to go over them too much. I will say that there's a song in a later Gummy ship
Cloud
mission.
Chasers.
Yes, that's the one. Thank you. That is really good. And
No,
that really,
you're not thinking of Cloud Chasers.
Am I not?
I don't think so.
I think
You're
it's the one that's like kind of like if you were in a
sort of rocket. It sort of sounds like Sonic in the HD
yeah,
version.
like a Sonic type song. Yeah. But I don't really
Hazardous
want to go over
Highway.
I don't want to go.
That's the song.
Yeah, I don't want to go over them again. So what we will say is they're better than 1. They're flashy. They're nice.
And from what I've seen, 3 will be better than that. So look forward to it.
Yeah, look forward to it. Okay, so first world is the Land of
Mulan.
Dragons.
We're going to brush over this one because we
Nothing happens.
are
in
getting
this
quite long on this podcast. We're already at an hour and we're still at the beginning of the game.
one. Wow.
So we're going to brush over it,
wow.
kind of hit the main points of the worlds we have to. And
Yeah.
so Land Dragons, nothing happens the first time round, really.
No.
You meet Mulan, you join the army, help her to... You're essentially just added into the Disney film. You
Yep.
play the Disney film, fight Shan Yu, well, a load of Heartless on the mountain, then you go down to the palace and fight Shan Yu, protect
Yep.
the doors, speak to the Emperor, everyone's freaking pleased, and you fuck off.
Yeah, it's just the Mulan movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so then
Next up,
Beast Castle.
Beast's Castle, which, although Beast was in Kingdom Hearts 1, this is the first time we visited his world.
Yep.
And he is angry. He attacks you.
Yeah.
Doesn't he hit you into a wall?
You go to the dungeon. You find Belle. You talk to Belle. She's like,
No, first thing, you go into
oh yes,
that
no, you are
room
correct. Yes.
and you're like, oh, I wonder where Beast is, or I wonder if anyone's
You
home
heard the
or whatever.
roar, and you're like, oh my god, we know that roar. Go into one room, fight a load of Heartless.
And then Beast comes in,
Yep.
beats the hearts, but doesn't he hit you as well? He hits
He
all
hits
of
you
you
out.
out
He
the
hits
way.
all of you out the way when you try to greet him, just to grab the rose and take it to the west wing. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And
So-
then you go to the east wing to see Belle.
And we find out he's locked all of his servants, or like the wardrobe
Yep.
and all those, in the dungeon.
Yep. You go to the dungeon,
Go
fight
to
a
the dungeon.
mini boss.
I mean, boss, yeah, the oh man, what's it called?
I know it's a door.
It's the little black thing, Possessor. That's
Yeah,
it.
the possessor. Yeah, and you kill that. You save the 3.
Save them all, come back up. Belle says he's acting all strange. You go to Beast's room.
Cogsworth helps you out within dispelling the anger from Beast.
Yeah.
And then it turns out he's being manipulated.
By one of the organisation members, Zaldin. He's quite weird. He's got mutton chops. Also, like cornrows hanging out of like a ponytail. I don't know what's going on.
It's a weird
He's
fashion
got some
style.
crazy.
But
He's
who
making
cares?
a
He's
statement.
got like 8 spears, man. You
Yeah.
say anything about his hair, he's going to stab you.
So, first time round, you don't fight him.
No, you don't.
That's pretty much the end of the world.
You go into the ballroom because Belle's in danger.
Into the ballroom, you fight that big heartless thing.
Yeah.
Use the chandelier to attack him and stuff.
It's got 2 forms in it.
Yeah.
He's got 2 forms. You beat the 2 forms. You do all that, and then you think Beast and Belle would be fine. He's
So you
saying,
leave.
he's like, oh, Zaldin's not welcome here anymore, and Belle's like, oh, Beast back, yay. End of world. Olympus Coliseum.
which, unlike the first one, isn't just tournaments.
No, thank
This
God.
one, you mainly spend your time in the underworld.
You do, yeah, and it's an interesting concept because in the underworld, Sora, Donald, and Goofy, if you've watched movies, you'll know heroes are zeros, as the line from Hades. So
You don't actually fight an organisation member here. in this world.
No.
First visit,
don't.
you fight Cerberus
Yes.
while escaping the underworld. Because you get Auron.
Yeah, there's an interesting
You find
character.
Auron, yeah, from Final Fantasy X.
Yep.
Comes up from the underworld. You beat Cerberus with him, escape,
Mhm.
find out that the Colosseum has been destroyed,
Yeah, by
and then
the Hydra.
Hercules.
Yeah.
By
Because
the Hydra.
Megara got taken.
Megara got taken, and Hercules isn't. He loses his hero quality
Yeah,
and gets all down.
I'd say he just loses his motivation. He's like, oh well, I'm the.
Kingdom Hearts standards, he loses his strength of heart.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
But yeah. So the famous line, "Get up on the Hydra's back," from Phil, repeated over and over through the fight. That's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the first visit. We leave.
I do want to say quickly that Hades did capture Megara, only Meg. I'm just going to say that now. He did capture Meg and put her in like this rock, and Sora had to unlock it. But also in unlocking it, also
Unlocked the
Oh, what's the stadium called?
some
It's the
drome.
Yeah, it's Underdrome.
Underdrome, yeah.
He unlocks
think.
the Underdrome, which is the Underworld Stadium,
That sounds about right.
which later on becomes, pivotal to the second visit. Of
Yeah.
Olympus Coliseum.
So you do cups, basically.
And you do see Demix.
Demix is there. He's got the coin,
the
the Olympus coin thing to stop the darkness of the underworld draining your power.
I told him I said the wrong guy for the job.
The weird thing about Demix is you do see him quite often in a few worlds. So.
I think he's more of a reconnaissance man, and they know he's not. He
Yeah,
doesn't
he's
wanna
not a
fight.
fighter.
Yeah,
Though you do fight him soon.
soon. Wow, we say soon. First visit
You
through
go
the
there
worlds.
now.
First visit through the worlds, isn't it? You have to do all the way up to.
Well, where's after Olympus?
You go to Disney Cast. No, you go back to Hollow Bastion at some point because Winnie the Pooh's book is back. Minigames again.
Yep.
And obviously the Heartless have ripped it apart and all that.
Yep.
Bollocks. Who gives a crap?
You protect the book. Get it back.
There was something else in there. We do see Cloud
Tron.
as well. Tron, not yet. No.
You get the book back, and then they're like, Leon
Then you
wants to
leave.
see you.
Then you leave. You leave then. You don't do that part yet. You get the book back, and then not Yensid, Merlin.
But you go to Tron's world twice.
Yeah, you do. But not yet. I'm telling you now.
Alright.
So we leave there. Nothing really happens. I don't know if that's the time you see Cloud. It might not be. It might be. Who knows? You leave there. You go to Disney Castle.
Disney Castle.
Because you've, I believe, is it the two
Maleficent
squirrels?
and
They've kind of just gone. We need your help. Get to the castle.
Yeah, you go to the castle.
You go there and you find
Something's
out.
happening with something called the Cornerstone of Light.
Yeah.
So really, the whole point of the world is you just guide Minnie, through a room, through the throne room. There's loads of Heartless. You protect her. She moves the throne aside. It's a secret door going underneath. And the power of Disney Castle is this cornerstone. We get down there and find out Maleficent has used her darkness to take over and infect the
Can I
cornerstone.
say how much I hate this part of the game?
I like the music.
What, Timeless River?
Timeless Forever. So now we get a door to the past. Get told specifically, do not alter or do anything bad.
Yeah. Of course, first thing
Donald.
that comes to Donald's mind.
Yeah, Donald is a bit of a corrupt guy for somebody following around someone who's quite pure.
Yeah, and has a girlfriend in the castle, Daisy.
Yeah. So we go to Timeless River. We find Pete, but it's like old Pete, back from Steamboat Willie, because that's when this is set. And he's a good guy, weirdly.
Yeah,
So-
we end up fighting him, and then turns out he's the wrong Pete.
Yeah. And then the actual Pete comes, and you fight that Pete with the old Pete,
Yes. Yeah.
which is weird. But yeah, so you fight him, you restore the light, basically.
You bring
stop
back the
Pete.
cornerstone, yeah.
You stop
Because
Pete
I
doing
don't know if this
that.
is
Pete's trying to steal the cornerstone with his boat.
Is it explained why he has a door? Like it just appears? In a cutscene with him and Maleficent, she's having a go at him, scolding him.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, you're worthless. He's like, oh, turns around, and the door's randomly there. It's not
I
explained
can't
why
really
this door
remember.
appears. Is it because he wants to prove his worth so much that his heart conjured the door?
Could have. Hearts have the power to do anything in this world.
If you believe strong enough.
Always follow your heart. May your heart be your guiding key.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
So we do the whole cornerstone of light. We do get Merlin involved at one point. So he takes.
Yeah, Merlin is the one that conjures the door for Sora.
Yeah, exactly. And
so
that's
you do
it.
that. You come back. Cornerstone is all restored. Everyone is bumting happy.
And now onto a world that has the worst voice acting I think I've ever heard from a Disney film. Pirates
of the Caribbean.
It's very hard.
I'm sure
not to
Atlantica's before that.
You don't ever have to go to Atlantica.
Oh no, you don't have to, but you know.
And Atlantica is a branch off of Pirates.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So you go into Pirates, and I was actually shocked. Wow, it's on the back of the case. You see Jack, I think it is, or something like that.
It's quite jarring because obviously Pirates of the Caribbean being the first time we've had a live action film.
Live action film, yeah.
In a Kingdom Hearts game.
It's not the last though.
No, it is going to recur. It will come back for Kingdom Hearts 3, and I'm welcoming it.
To be fair,
for me, it is my favourite film that it's set in. So
yeah. To be fair though, Tron is a live action. But the way they set it in Kingdom Hearts 2, we'll get there, obviously, is like a cartoon.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
is the original Tron a live action?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've seen the original
I'm fairly certain.
I know Tron Legacy was a live action, and that was in Kingdom Hearts 3D. So
we know that one all too well.
Yeah. But anyway, right, so, Pirates of the Caribbean. We basically play out the first film. Yeah,
Pete's there, basically saying, be careful of a kid with a key, and Barbossa, oh my god, the voice, aye, and then we shall get rid of this curse. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if I can in my mind think I'm doing a good job, that's a bad voice actor.
Yeah,
I know you can't get is it Jeffrey Rush?
Yeah,
I know you couldn't get him and Johnny Depp to do these voice
I hope
roles.
they do for 3 because I love Jeffrey Rush.
If not,
he's
so
great.
close of a voice actor that I don't notice.
Yeah,
because they need to do this right in 3. Because in 1, Jack is terrible.
2.
2. Jack is terrible. Well, 2 was the first one I completed, so it's 1. It's not. Jack is terrible. Will,
you got a thing for numbers 2.
Will isn't that bad, actually. Will is just a very typical,
he doesn't look good, but
oh no.
Well, to be fair, for the time, the graphics weren't that bad.
No, they weren't.
I'd say the graphics in Kingdom Hearts were probably better than the Pirates of the Caribbean games on PS2.
Oh, the games were atrocious.
But so let's go through this. We've got Barbossa is basically trying to find his medallion.
Yeah, it's just the first one.
And the organisation member in this world is Luxord.
He's not involved yet.
Is that second visit?
That's second visit, yeah. This visit is Pete.
Oh, yeah, okay, it's Pete. You go and beat Barbossa.
Yeah, that is essentially Pirates of the Caribbean.
So you do the first film. That's the whole world. So after this, you go to Agrabah? Or is it Halloween Town?
Oh my god. Agrabah? I think I always went Agrabah first.
I don't think it matters, but yeah.
I don't think it matters. It depends
Does
on the
Agrabah have an
level.
organisation member? I can't remember one.
No, you go to Agrabah, and the whole point of Agrabah is to stop Jafar getting out the lamp. Again. Yeah,
so you beat... Well, he gets out the lamp. Spoilers.
That's in the second visit.
Yeah, well, whatever. Beat his ass. I don't see the problem with doing second visits here and there, because...
Okay, yeah, so Agrabah's
not
not
really relevant.
important, other than Aladdin's just sad Genie left, and then Genie comes back.
Fixes up Agrabah a little bit at the end.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. There's nothing really that interesting in Agrabah. Don't really like the world in KH2.
It's not the best, no. Yeah, and then...
So, Halloween Town. Do we have an organisation member?
Don't have an organisation member there either. It's just... I feel like this is more resembling the movie than...
Yeah, because 1 didn't really resemble the movie much.
No.
So you go to Christmas Town finally in this one.
Yeah.
And meet Sandy Claus.
Sandy Claus.
Yeah, and Sora stopped believing in Santa, so he's not on the list.
Okay, before we carry on, were we including these 2 worlds as second visits, so we won't go back to them?
No, we don't need to go back to
And then the next world what we're going to include as well, we won't include again because...
the whole world is optional.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll quickly brush because it's interesting.
These 3 worlds we're about to mention are worlds that we just won't mention again, so this is all you're going to get.
Yeah. They're not important to the story.
So yeah, so a night before Christmas, you just go to Christmas Town, you meet Santa Claus. Oogie Boogie's back because Maleficent remade him again.
Yeah, she brought him back.
Yeah, because she wanted to. It's not like she was getting the old band back together, but it was more like to delay Sora, Donald, and Goofy,
Yeah.
and it didn't work. Oogie Boogie just was like, "Yeah, you still here? Go away, go away,
Go away. So you kick his ass, and then you have to fight Lock, Shock, and Barrel in their like machine thing.
Yeah,
It eats them up. You got to beat that. It's not too difficult.
yeah.
Nothing in KH2 really is.
And then you find out that Sora is on the naughty list because he didn't believe in Santa.
Not the naughty list. He's just not on the list to get presents, and he's quite sad about it.
Oh yeah, and that's
then
it.
Lock, Shock, and Barrel messing about in his workshop. They continue on. Standard stuff.
That's got to be it.
Yeah, that's it for that.
There's some
one.
experiment in the second visit. Literally not important to the whole overall story.
Yeah, I don't remember that in original issue. That's not final mix. That boss that you go off and there's like presents and stuff.
No, yeah, that is definitely in the original. And then we go to a world that was quite surprising actually. The Pride
Lands, yeah.
Lion King, my favourite Disney film.
The reason I want to give this world a mention, even though it's optional, so we could skip over it like we did with Atlantica, which is in this game.
But Atlantica is just singing.
It is a rhythm game in this one. They removed all the fighting elements. Just everything's gone. You mainly do it because I believe you get an Urchicum Plus for beating it, which is an item you need in the end to get Ultima Weapon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Pride Lands is an odd one because it completely changes all your abilities, all your fighting style, and you become a lion.
Maybe I'm a lion. And then it's the story because the start of the world is the Mufasa death.
The first visit is Simba. He's gone off.
Yeah.
To the Oasis.
You see Mufasa's death.
Yeah.
He's off in the Oasis, all grown up. You meet Nala in the elephant graveyard.
Yeah. You beat Shenzi, Banzai, and Ed.
I'm so glad you remember their names because I don't.
I love that film.
I just know Ed because of Ed, and Eddie. That's all I remember. Yeah, that. Ed.
He's eating his own leg.
See, proof it's just our favourite film.
But
well, mine anyway.
It is my favourite Disney film still, I think.
That's good. That's good. And then so this world just kind of the first visit is Scar. Yeah,
it's the movie fighting the ghost of Scar so that Simba can become king again. Like have the confidence to become king.
Did you say Scar or the ghost of Scar?
Ghost of Scar.
That's the second time, isn't it?
Second time is the Earthshaker.
Yeah, but the second time is the ghost of Scar. The first time is Scar. The whole point of the first visit is the first film. You overthrow Scar and then but
man, I'm bad at this.
Instead of the no, it's fine.
My brain just doesn't work in the right order.
Very optional.
But yeah, okay, so right, you fight actual Scar up on top of Pride Rock.
Yeah.
And then you're right. Second time, he's doubting himself because he keeps seeing the ghost of Scar belittling him, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you beat him out, and then you fight the Earthshaker, which is a huge Heartless.
But to finish Atlantica, you do need to do Pride Lands on the second run. So going for that max, why not? But yeah, overall, it's a good thing. A lot of people don't like the gameplay. I personally didn't mind it. It's not like the hardest. As the lion.
It was kind of awkward to control in the way.
The only time I hated it was the final boss of the second.
It would slide a bit too much. It would sometimes miss your attacks. But
floaty. Would you say?
Sort of. Not really. It was more like you were on ice.
Yeah, I agree. The only time I had a real problem with it was the Earthshaker.
I thought the Earthshaker was great. I thought it was one of the best fights in the game.
Oh, it's a massive fight.
One of the best.
It's an ambitious fight for a PS2,
which is the only reason why, flashy wise and.
But I meant gameplay wise, I struggled to fight it with the.
I mean, naturally, in my opinion, the best fight in Kingdom Hearts 2 is the last one, so we'll get to that.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then so now, it's before the Pride Lands actually, and I think
now we go back to Hollow Bastion.
We go back to Hollow Bastion because there's a darkness there. We didn't mention, by the way, that after doing Hollow Bastion the first time, Twilight Town is completely cut off from us.
You can't go back to Twilight Town.
No.
So it's Hollow Bastion now and then Twilight Town?
No. Hollow Bastion and then we go through the world again.
I thought you go back to Twilight Town and the whole Axel Kari thing happens and then it gets cut off again.
No, the Axel Kari thing's before the battle of, on Hollow Bastion.
There you go then.
Because
so we go back to Twilight Town now.
That happens around about... Because I remember this, I was playing through it on the 2.5 on the PS4, and I just done Agrabah, and then the cutscene happens with Kairi, because throughout this game we didn't mention Kairi is on Destiny Islands.
But that's something important we forgot to mention on the 6 days.
Yeah.
So as he's slowly going more and more back to Sora,
God, yes.
Sora and Kairi's hearts connect through Roxas,
Yeah.
and Roxas and Kairi are chatting.
Yeah, they are.
And
Is that
so
final mix?
Roxas says to Kairi, no, Kairi says to Roxas, "What's his name?" And then Sora's voice comes out. So Sora's heart is speaking to her directly. He's
Yeah.
like, "You forgot my name? Wow, thanks a lot, Kairi."
Is that final mix? I don't remember that.
No,
cutscene.
that is original.
I don't remember that in one.
No, that is, yeah.
2, sorry, the original.
Yeah, that's European.
If I say one, ladies and gentlemen, I mean original. I don't mean Kingdom Hearts 1. Okay. And so, yeah, and then we constantly get flashbacks to Destiny Islands where Kairi is still trying to remember this boy's name. She writes a letter in a bottle and sends it off.
She just throws it into the ocean.
She also, this is the first time.
That's why she remembers.
Yes, it is.
She's like, "Isn't that right,
Sora?"
Sora?"
Yeah,
That's the way she says it. I don't know if it's
really
because
weirdly.
fitting Japanese mouth movements or something.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
she'd also, we see Selfie.
Selfie, yeah.
Yeah, and
In their
she
school
says to
uniforms.
Selfie that she refuses to go to the other islands until Riku and Sora are back.
Yeah, because they still remember Riku because he never went to sleep.
Yeah.
So they say, what was the name of the boy that used to play on the island? She's like, "Don't you mean Riku?"
Yeah, and they don't mention
And,
Sora.
Yeah, and she's like, "No, the other boy."
But she does so start to remember, and then she remembers.
She remembers his name but doesn't remember him.
Not too well.
But I think that's because he's very close to getting completed by Nomine.
Eventually, obviously, he does. I think this is more of a gradual thing for Kairi. Like,
Yeah.
the memories, because it affected her so much as it affected him.
Well,
as the
Nomine
game-
was her.
Well, yeah, as the game
Have we
progresses.
been into that?
Yeah, I think we touched on that in Recom, and we'll get back to that later.
So,
because,
yeah, well, basically because of Kairi's heart going into Sora in Kingdom Hearts 1,
yeah.
when he stabbed himself with the Keyblade, Riku's Darkness Keyblade,
Mhm.
he released Kairi's heart, but it also, because she was part of him when he became a Heartless, created a nobody for her. So Roxas is Sora's nobody, and Nomine is Kairi's nobody made through Sora. It's quite confusing.
Is it fair to say she has this kind of witch power because of that?
Yeah, Nomine,
Through
yeah.
Sora type thing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why she affects him so much. Which would make sense. And we also have to remember that any power she might have, Kairi is a Princess of Heart.
Yeah.
And the powers of them are pure light. So if they get a certain power when they're a nobody, let's just allow it.
Yeah.
Because they are power. So yeah, and then we get a cutscene with Axel and Kairi where Axel's been saying to Kairi, "I'll take you to go see Sora."
Yep. All apply.
All deploy, yeah. And then a portal appears, a whistle happens, because Pluto appears out of nowhere. Pluto is on Destiny Island.
Yep. And he runs off into the darkness.
He basically
portal.
runs around Kairi a couple of times, runs off into the portal, and then Kairi runs into the portal. Now, I think we both know who made that portal, and I hope we remember so we can go back to it later to say who made it. Because it wasn't Axel.
No.
No. So she goes through, and next thing you know, she is in Twilight Town.
Which is where you're about to head.
Wow, you're not going to head there because you don't know about it. Once that cutscene plays, that's when you go. Because I remember doing
Yeah,
that.
no, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Which is where you're going to go. So you
I
go to
fucking
Twilight Town now.
zoomed there my
Yeah.
first playthrough. I was like, no, I got to see Kairi now.
So you go to Twilight Town finally after all this time again. And you ask Hayna Pence no let about Kairi.
And
I
he's
believe.
like, go to the station.
Is it Kairi they ask? Or did they say about it?
No, they
I
run up
can't
to,
remember how
I think
Sora
it's
knows.
Pence. He runs up to Sora goes,
Oh, they
Sora,
say-
do you know a girl named Kairi?
Yeah, because they
Do
say
I
that-
ever?
Oh boy, do I! But
They're
yeah,
like,
so
yeah, you should go to the station. And then you go to the station just for them to tell you, Axel came back and took her.
yeah, Axel's kidnapped Kairi.
I don't know why they made you go to the station.
No, man.
What the fuck, man?
Pence just fancied the walk.
Got to burn those calories. So,
Cardio.
cardio. Is that going to be a running joke in this whole Kingdom Hearts thing?
Yeah, it seems that way.
Cardio.
Oh, cardio.
So-
cardio.
So after that, Sora gets pretty sad. But, we know Kairi's here now. We can go get her at one point.
Yeah, so Axel's took Kairi. We learn that. That's pretty much all there is in Twilight Town at this point.
Yep, we go.
Leave again, back to Hollow Bastion.
Go to Hollow Bastion because there's a darkness brewing.
Yep. They say Leon has found Ansem's computer room and wants you to go and meet up with him. So off you go.
Yep.
Boop, boop, boop. And you
And
find
so
his
they
computer. Sora gets mad, punches it a little bit. And it sucks him in, doesn't it?
Yeah, but first you have to find the password.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. You are
that's after. It
100%
sucks
correct.
him in, yeah.
Well, actually,
just before
he punches
this,
it.
you do get the Stitch summon out of a chest right before
Yeah,
that.
because Stitch is like crawling around.
He's crawling around throughout. You
But,
sort of see
but
him.
to be fair, what we did miss out is that Donald Ramsey jumps on the keyboard because Stitch jumps on the keyboard.
Yeah.
And then that causes it to go, and there's like one final move will result in your termination or something like that. And then
Yeah.
Donald like steps on it one more time. And then they all
Yeah.
get taken away.
And it transports you into the Space Paranoids. Tron's world. Great.
Do we meet YRP before this? Or is it after? Because is it on
I
the
think
way?
it's before. I think it's when you're on your way to the
Yeah.
computer room.
So-
Unirico and Pain.
Yeah, which are weird.
Who are little fairies. You actually meet them in the first visit. When you first go to the gully and beat all the Heartless, they show up.
Yes, yes. Is it
but
fair to say because they're called
not
the Gull Wings?
The Gullwings, you do get a Keyblade from them the last time you see them in Hollow Bastion.
That is true.
They give you a
I meant
Gullwing Keyblade.
That's why they're kind of like tiny, because
It could be, but they're like little fairies enough. They're not really important. You can't tell if they're good or bad.
they're doing it because they get treasure.
They just want treasure.
Which is them in 10
10-2, so,
to be
yeah.
fair.
But yeah, so we're back in Hollow Bastion. We're in Tron's world. We're in a prison cell at this point,
Yep.
which we obviously can unlock. We have a Keyblade.
We meet Tron.
We meet Tron, who has lost his powers.
Mm.
But we find out that he needs to defeat the MCP.
The Master Control Program.
To,
Stark.
Yep, to
what would you say
restore
is
user
worse?
access.
What would you say was Timeless River or Tron?
Tron.
I'm
By
going to have to
far.
agree, to be honest.
Tron by far.
I'm going to have to agree, but I think it's slight for me, whereas for you, I think it's the music.
Yeah, I like Times River. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I just don't like them cars.
Oh my god.
Heartless, they're really annoying. And the burning building is just...
But yeah. So we do Tron. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, are we getting a sneeze? Are we going to get it? Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
Excuse me.
So we get God, where are we now? Your sneeze has completely
Tron.
thrown me off. Thank you.
Mass control program.
I'm hoping we're not there. That's why.
So
I
we're
don't
basically
remember.
we're going around. We fight a big boss. We meet up with Tron. We have to fight this big boss, and he
Yep.
needs to get his powers back.
Mhm.
So to get his powers back, you get to this room with a beam in the middle and a computer terminal,
Mm.
and he says that there's a password. So you have to go back into the world
Alright, yeah.
to find the password.
One thing I hate about games is fetch quests, and this felt like the ultimate fetch.
It is a fetch quest. You
Yeah.
just basically run back to Ansem's study behind a picture of Ansem.
Because
Or, as we know,
Tifa comes in.
Xehanort.
Tifa comes in and she's looking for Cloud, and she's like, "Can I have a look around?"
Yeah,
And she starts like ripping the room apart.
yeah, and then walks off.
You know, takes
It's
the
like,
paint down.
not here either.
And then, was it? It's like D, T,
D.
D.
The door to darkness.
And so the password is
Is
the
DTD.
seven princesses of the light, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So, what was the DTD for?
The username.
Probably. I ain't got a clue.
But
None of
yeah,
this really is that important.
no. So we go back to Tron, use the password. It gets him his disc with all his powers back, and you basically have to fight the MCP.
Is it?
That is in a second visit.
That is a second visit, but I want to get past Tron as
Yeah.
quick
So
as
we go
possible.
back. We beat the MCP. Done.
And fun fact, so we'll do this now. When you beat the MCP, suddenly memories start returning to everyone in Hollow Bastion.
Yeah.
And turns out Hollow Bastion was not its original name.
Nope. It was originally back when everybody lived there with Ansem as their ruler.
Yep.
It was called Radiant Garden.
Which I think is a play on FF8, yeah? Because the gardens, if you remember,
It could
Balam.
be. It could be because
Because
obviously
I've always
Leon is like
yeah.
the main.
I've always assumed that because of Leon.
I've never even thought about it that way, but no,
Oh,
it's an
really?
interesting take on it. Yeah. It's a good-
I've always assumed it was just one of those. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
technically, you could say it's the first ever Final Fantasy world.
Oh, oh.
No, it's not. It's not. But so
Yeah, so you've restored it back to Radiant Garden. They've got all that stuff.
but this is obviously later on. We're getting ahead of ourselves, but we just don't want to go back to Tron. It's not
Yeah.
that important.
So before that, that's the final visit to Radiant Garden. We can call it now. But before this is where we are in the story. We go to Radiant Garden after Twilight Town,
Mhm.
and the king is there.
Yeah, is it the first time you come out of Tron's world the king appears?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You find out that there's a big darkness brewing.
Mhm.
There's a lot of heartless and nobodies, and you need to go and help, basically. So on your way down to find it, you come across Demix again.
Well, actually, we come across Maleficent and Pete first.
Do
They're
we?
just having a little fight. It's nothing too big, but it's like she is there. She's a part of the fight. She's just stood in the corridor as you run out, because remember there's like a little rectangle room as you come out of Ansom's study.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to remember.
Yeah, no, I remember.
Yeah, she's stood there. She's like, "Go, my heartless, fight them!" And Pete's like, "Yeah, we're not winning this." And that's all really.
I just see like all the different characters.
This will
fighting
make
the
sense.
heartless.
This will make sense later. I'm just saying Maleficent is there.
Then, as you go down the pathway to get to the heartless, you team up with various Final Fantasy characters. So you fight.
You are ahead of yourself now
Why?
because you didn't even mention Demix. Oh, you did. Well,
No,
you did
that's Demix comes after.
No, he doesn't. No, he does not. You get all the way down. This is the part where the Cavern of Remembrance, I think, becomes a thing, which is Final Mix.
Yeah.
You run all the way down. You get to the end, and Mickey comes out of nowhere, lands in front of you, and says, "You can't go any further because you need to leave.
Yeah.
You're too important to lose here. You can't leave."
Yeah.
And then they pretend that they're going to leave. They don't. They rush off because all their friends are in danger. Then you fight Demix.
I thought you did some of the teaming up and then
No,
Demix
because you
and
fight Demix. And you beat Demix. He's gone now. He's wiped from the organisation.
Yeah, you wipe Demix out. He's an absolute
He's
bastard.
annoying if you don't know how to beat him.
Dance, water, dance.
All you have to do, tip, hit one of the water things so they're a musical note. Only hit them once because they'll turn once straight away. Click triangle.
And just...
Reaction commands are your fucking friend in this game.
Yep. And on critical, you get so little time that you have to do it perfectly.
Yeah. So, yeah. And you beat Demix. He's gone now. He's wiped out.
Yeah.
Won't see him again. Then a Heartless blows up a boulder. This boulder flies and it's going to hit King Mickey in the head.
Yeah.
Who does it hit instead?
Goofy pushes him out of the way and it hits him right on the conker.
To the point that they actually think he's dead.
They do, and it's actually like one of the darker, more emotional scenes of Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, they all rush off in anger. This is the first time we see Mickey.
Mickey, I call him Ricky.
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 Are you setting up your own type of
Doctor Who thing?
No, I was more thinking of like a love thing between Riku and Mickey.
I'd call that Miku.
Is that Miku?
Yeah,
oh
Miku.
my god. That's Miku. Yeah.
But moving on. Yeah, and Mickey's all like, "No, it can't be."
He tries to be angry and
then
like,
he turns
threatening.
around, brings out his keyblade. He's like, "They won't get away with this,
Whips
or
off,
they'll pay for this."
whips
or something.
off the hood.
Yeah,
and
whips
this
off
is
his
the
hood,
first
and he
time.
looks pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie. People are
Yeah.
like, "How can you take it seriously when it's a Disney character, mate?"
To be fair
so
though, he
cool.
tries to be threatening and it's in Mickey's voice, so it doesn't really
The voice
feel it.
doesn't help, but like,
No.
he looks cool. He pulls it off.
And
well.
then this is the part you were trying to get to. Sora
Yeah.
runs off now, and then
Yeah.
you fight with all these different characters. So you got Squall
Squall / Leon at the same time.
Yuffie.
Actually, you fight with Yuffie, you fight with Tifa.
Tifa, and Cloud.
Cloud and Leon's at the same time.
It's not.
No, that's a cutscene.
You're thinking of cutscene, yeah.
Cutscene.
Which
Yeah, so
we will
Cloud,
do.
Leon, Tifa, Yuffie. That's about it, isn't it? And
Yeah.
then you come to the gap area with the save point.
Yeah, and then Goofy is magically alive. Turns out he's just...
Goofy turns back up. It knocked him out. Donald gets pissed off and hits him again. And he's like, "Oh,
could
that
have a
hurt."
concussion, and if he hits him even more, he's definitely going to die at that point.
Yeah, but they're happy to have Goofy back. And
Yep.
so you continue to the next room, and a lot of Heartless are coming.
We've
A
actually
lot of
missed a
Heartless.
cutscene that's in Final Mix. A cutscene that takes a very
I've
long...
actually only played through Final Mix twice.
Yeah, okay, so
I don't...
I'll lead it here then. There's a little like hint at Birth by Sleep. This hooded figure goes to Hollow Bastion, activates a password on the computer, walks down these steps that you can go to later on, walks down all these massive, massive long steps. It's a long cutscene for what they're trying to show.
And you see Aqua's Keyblade armor.
Aqua being a character from Birth by Sleep.
Yep, who we haven't got to
And
yet.
he says, and it's in the voice of Xemnas. So it's Xemnas.
We haven't even said who Xemnas is yet.
We'll get there, but we have actually, because we've talked about him in Recon and 358.
Did we?
Yeah, we did a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And it's in the
Recon
voice
Builder.
of Xemnas, and all he says is, "It's been a long time."
Old friend.
I don't even know if he says old. I think he just says friend.
Oh, does
But
it?
it's in quotation marks.
Yeah, yeah.
And what's that chamber called? It's the chamber of reprise or repose.
Repose.
These chambers, there's a little
Chamber of Waking.
As this is going on, Zigbart is talking to Zexion, so in the past, when Zexion was alive, saying that there are 2 chambers, possibly, the repose and
Chamber of Repose, Chamber of Waking.
awakening. Sorry, yeah, I'm saying reprise because that's recom. Sorry, and repose and awakening. Now, waking.
Chamber of Waking.
Oh, for God's sake!
And that's where Ben is.
Wow,
But
yeah,
we'll get to that.
character we'll get to in Birth by Sleep, very important, and so. He keeps Aqua's armor in this chamber, which is located in Hollow Bastion. Now, we don't know how important this is, because let's be honest, it's never mentioned again. You get these Final Mix cutscenes.
They're opening up for Kingdom Hearts 3, so we will get
I
the
hope
answers.
that he didn't forget about these cutscenes.
I don't think he would have.
I hope so. And that's all we get, really. It's a very long-ass cutscene for what it is.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you go through, you fight all these people, goes back, you run through, then this hooded figure appears on top of the mountain.
Yep.
So I'm going back to now Sora after the cutscene. Looks up. This hooded figure takes the hood off. Mickey suddenly remembers who Ansem's apprentice was that betrayed him.
Xehanort.
But he calls him Xemnas, don't he? No, yes, he does. Sorry, yes, no. He calls him Xehanort, and then he says, "This is his nobody's. This nobody's Xemnas." Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I think Mickey runs off to fight him, and Donald and Goofy go to help Mickey.
I think they all split off. The 3 split off to just fight Heartless because they realise they're surrounded.
I'm sure they say to Sora, "You can handle this."
They don't say anything. Mickey runs off to go fight Xemnas, and then those 3 get surrounded by Heartless. Donald and Goofy run off in their separate directions, and Sora runs off, and then Dust begins to fight. That is an amazing fight.
The fight of 1,000 Heartless.
Yep, and
they are not joking. You have to beat 1,000 Heartless before you can move on.
Now there are reaction commands you can use to make this quicker.
Yeah, Rising Sun takes out the. I can't remember what they're called.
I don't remember what.
But you've got Rising Sun, and then you've got
Lightning Ray or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
It's like a massive beam, and then of course now you have Limit Form, which, by the way, to anyone who is looking to level that up, best way to do it up to level 3 or 5, however high you can go, is right now with it. So do that.
Definitely. Yeah.
You do the Battle of the 1,000 Heartless. Sora is knackered at this point.
Oh yeah.
You even see, like, I love this little attention to detail. He runs up the hill a little bit to go carry on to see Mickey, and he actually slows down and like has to catch his breath. It's the first time we ever really see that, like a sort of like a, oh my god, I need a break because this is getting ridiculous.
Oh no, you do see it in KH1, but like in cutscenes.
Oh okay, and so. Yeah, and then Goofy and Donald catch up.
No, you do see it at the end of KH2 as well, when Kairi gives them the bottle.
My attention to detail.
And she's like...
Yeah.
Yeah, but
so, yeah.
Yeah, so they go to the top to find...
Xemnas and Mickey basically having a back and forth.
Yep.
Xemnas just saying that, I am the leader... Blah blah blah.
Isn't this the point where Xemnas says to Sora, "We've got Kairi"? Basically, how much do you want to see her?
That's Syx. Because Xemnas is like, if you want me, come and get me. And then he doesn't say that, but I'm just saying it.
Yeah.
He goes in through his portal. Mickey goes, stop, jumps into the portal.
Jumps in. No one else makes it.
And then Syx.
Sora, Donald, and Goofy.
Axel. Axel appears after that, and he's like, his name is Xemnas. Got it memorized. Xemnas. I nearly said it the other way that you can say it.
Yeah.
And then Syx appears because Axel's being all. He's like, yeah, I took Kairi, and the organization took her. Now at this point, I think Axel's kind of defecting.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely starting to lean more towards Sora because he knows that that's who his best friend is now.
Yeah, exactly. And Syx appears. Axel goes, oh no. And then leaves.
Yep.
And Syx like, we will deal with him later, or whatever he says.
Yeah,
and
but doesn't he say he knows where Kairi is?
He says
because he gave Kairi to the organisation anyway.
No,
Axel did.
Lost Kairi to the organisation. Those were his words.
Oh yeah.
He said, "Oh, she got away from me, and Syx took her."
Yeah.
Syx says, "I am Syx. I have Kairi. How much do you want to see her?"
And Sora gets on his hands and knees and starts begging him to tell him where Kairi is, which it's kind of a horrible moment to watch, really, because you just see how much it means to Sora.
And just for Syx to go, well, no. I want you angry because I want you to kill Heartless to make Kingdom
So
Hearts.
he creates Heartless and then creates Nobodies and then gets the Nobodies to kill the Heartless. I'm not sure why he does that. He's like, oh, look, Hearts, yeah. And then you are stuck not using... Oh, he does that to describe where the Hearts go and what their goal is. And that is to build an artificial Kingdom Hearts with the Hearts released from the Heartless. That can only be released using a Keyblade.
Yep.
And that's to make them whole again, or so Xemnas tells them.
Yep.
At this point, Sora's conflicted. He doesn't know what to do because he can't.
What can I do if I can't use the Keyblade?
Yep, pretty much.
Imbeciles.
So yeah, he's blocking a lot and just doesn't know how to get out of this situation.
Mm-hmm.
And like Ryan has just said, Maleficent shows up. Well, she doesn't show up. You just hear her voice.
She turns up.
She turns up after, but it's black screen at this point.
Yes, you are correct. And we actually missed an important cutscene when
that happens right now.
No, I'm not on about that. Sorry, this is more for a Final Fantasy standpoint. When the battle of like Hollow Bastion starts, we're getting all these characters. Stitch is fighting, YRP are fighting, but we get the scene that I think a lot of people wanted. Cloud and Squall stood next to each other, and I think it spawned a famous meme.
They're being quite cocky towards each other too.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It's one of those great moments, and I think there's a meme in there. It's like whose fangirls are gonna go higher the loudest or something like that.
I don't remember.
It's a really funny
I didn't
picture.
see any myself, but
it's a hilarious picture, and yes. So sorry to the Final Fantasy fans that we missed that, but
yeah,
we got there.
We got there.
And
so
and
yeah,
we get to the next
Maleficent says, "Imbeciles, can't you be trusted to do anything right?" or something like that.
Can we say it in an Angelina Jolie voice?
That was a great movie.
I haven't seen it yet.
Maleficent, Angelina Jolie, great
she
movie.
Looked
Go
like
watch
she suited the role. By the way
she did.
Looked.
She was perfect for the role.
Okay.
She was perfect for the role. Yeah. So then she spawns a dark portal underneath them, underneath Sora, Donald,
I think
and
she
Goofy.
builds a firewall. No, she builds a firewall hoping that those three will escape and takes the Nobodies on her body.
Yeah.
They kind of like, they don't wipe her out because she
No,
spoilers,
obviously
she
not.
comes back later, and then the wall goes down and then the bright light happens.
I don't know. She makes a portal anyway, and they go into the dark realm.
Yeah.
They're in pitch black. There's nothing there apart from a chest.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'll get to who I think left that chest for them later. But at the moment,
the black hooded figure's there, and he's got the chest.
Yeah, but
and he gives it to them.
I'm saying I'll say who I think that is.
Oh, did you actually say there was a black hooded figure?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I missed that part out. But I'm saying I'll say who that is.
Okay.
Later.
All right.
But yeah, so inside you have. Is that sea salt ice cream in there?
See, so I was screening a picture. It was a picture of Roxas, Hayner, Pence, and Olette in front of the mansion from day one.
I know. Yeah. So you got that picture.
Oh, you know, they don't.
I know. I'm used. It's like we're talking. That's all. So yeah, it's pretty much that, and
thus begins our adventure to second visits.
Yeah, most of which we don't need to go over.
The three we've already gone over, which were Agrabah, Halloween Town, and
Pride Lands.
That's fine because these have no interaction now to the KH2 story whatsoever.
No.
Mulan does.
Mulan, we go back to, and
they've heard reports of a hooded black figure running about up the mountains.
So we go and find him, basically. We get to the top of the mountain where we fought the Heartless that Shan Yu set on us.
Yep.
And we are met by said figure who pulls out his weapon, and it's very familiar looking, isn't it, Ryan?
Yes. I'm terrible with the name, so why don't you tell them?
He pulls out Riku's wing blade. I need to say king blade. Riku's wing blade.
Yeah.
And he has the same fighting stance as Riku, but he has his hood up. And he's definitely taller than Riku.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So it leaves a lot of questions.
It does, yeah. You fight him. You don't fully beat him. He runs off again. You get to... You're about walking down the mountain. Massive Heartless blows out of the... It's basically a dragon
like
turned
a dragon.
Heartless.
Yeah.
And also we get a cutscene where this hooded figure has gone to the king's room. Beat... what's his name? Shang? The guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm on about.
I know you're on about the captain.
Yeah, the captain. And you think, oh, is he there to strike the king down? What's going on? You get there. Turns out he was just there to talk. He said three wise guys are going to come through here and help you out.
Yeah.
Sora, Donald and Goofy. And Sora's like, oh my god, is that who I think it could be? he's actually been thinking this whole time it could be Riku.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's gotta be Riku. Only he would say that. Or
Yeah.
Sora and his logic. And the dragon comes. You beat the dragon. Save Mulan's world again. Mulan gets the present of basically...
she gets given the sword for being like a brave person.
That's the first time. The second time she actually becomes the protector of the king along with the captain. Because she wants him to have a holiday so they can be together. Can't do that, so why not just work together instead?
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's the end of Mulan's world officially. That no more happens there.
Next up, we've got Beast Castle's second visit.
That is important. Yep.
In which Xaldin plays a much bigger part, trying to make Beast enraged, turn to the darkness so that he can get Beast heartless, which will be powerful for them.
Yep.
Or rather, they probably want the nobody.
He steals the rose.
Yeah, he steals the rose. So you need to fight him to get it back. It's pretty much the whole story of the second visit.
Takes Belle and the rose, gives Beast a choice, and Belle, just the badass she is, just gut punches him. Takes
gets
the rose,
away,
runs. Then you fight Xaldin.
Kick his ass.
Arguably the first time I struggled.
It is probably the only point of the game I've ever struggled on.
Yeah, I probably agree with that.
I've died there a few times.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, because it's not that hard.
Especially when you can do the data battle later on. If you can do that one perfectly and not lose to the first
story
one.
boss is nothing after that.
Yeah, exactly. So you beat Xaldin. He's gone now, wiped.
Mm-hmm.
So we've wiped out, what, at this point, 2 organisation members? Demix.
In this game, yeah.
Demix and Xaldin. Save Beast Castle and Belle, and you're off on your merry way to Olympus Coliseum.
Yep.
Is that important? We get the whole basically Hercules saves Meg. And the Coliseum is a thing. Auron is bad again. Again, not like the other words. Hades is controlling him.
You're basically doing the cup. You're trying to make it so that Auron will kill Hercules.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Hades has set up, and that's it. That's the whole story.
Hercules gets his mojo back.
Yep.
And that's it.
And you save Auron. Turns out you had a little figure of Auron to control him. And I think you do something to it. You melt it or break it or something.
You break it, yeah.
So, yeah, Auron comes back, and then you beat Hades. End of story.
And that's it for Olympus. Unless you want to do the cups, of course.
Yeah, which is all extra optional content, which is great.
Yeah.
So carry on
then
with
we
that.
go to Pirates, which is actually kind of important. Not too important, but
Luxord from the organisation is here, the gambler. And he's basically created a Heartless. Presuming it's a Heartless and not a Nobody.
Yeah, it's
but he's created a Heartless
Reaper.
to take all of the medallions back.
Mm-hmm.
And so making it an invincible Heartless. Because it's immortal now.
It basically gains the power of the medallions, yeah.
Yep. So you have to beat that. So really you just have to hit the medallions off of it, put them back in the chest, attack it.
People say it's like the worst boss fight in history.
Rinse and repeat. It's quite boring, really.
Yeah, it is.
But
it was their way of trying to add in like a decent side
that's
thing.
all it really is. It's just showing that Luxord is against you. So that's it. You move on. You don't fight Luxord here.
No.
You then...
I think that's it, isn't it? Because we've gone over the next 3 worlds.
We've done Tron overall.
Done Tron?
So we finished Radiant Garden and all that. Then you go back to Twilight Town.
So we're definitely
there now, pretty much
at
the end now here. So Twilight Town. We're trying to figure out how to get to the world of the Nobodies.
Yeah.
To face off against the organisation.
Because as we progress through the worlds a second time, we've noticed more and more that there's this world in the background that's been slowly appearing.
Yeah.
Which eventually
it's appeared by Twilight Town, but there's no way to get to it from Twilight Town.
Yeah.
So we're going around Twilight Town trying to figure it out. We break into Ansem's computer room.
Again,
and get the computer working, which is why we need a password. Which, if you've been paying attention to the game, they're obsessed with sea salt ice cream.
You do see at one point as well, Diz, who uses the computer, was eating a sea salt ice cream as well.
Yeah.
So there's hints all over the place. If you haven't got it by now, you probably should have.
Yeah. So there's your password in. They create the beam that sent Roxas to the date at Twilight Town.
Yep.
And so you go through there, go to the room where Roxas fought Axel with 2 keyblades.
A mini dark portal was left there from their fight, from when Axel had to flee.
And there's still the little dark portal there. So you go through to a room called Betwixt and Between.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Which is a part of Twilight Town.
Oh, cool.
Still counts as that. And there's just an endless horde of nobodies.
Yeah, it's like as if like in the dark realm where you'd find the Heartless, this is where you'd find the Nobodies.
Yeah. But the great part about this is you finally get to team up with Axel.
Yeah, it's a great fight.
It's brilliant. But sadly, comes to a close with Axel not feeling so hot.
He basically just, in his own words, put his heart into an all-out attack.
Yeah.
And in doing so, basically...
Sora says to him, he's like, Axel, you're fading. And Axel says, that's what happens when you put your entire being into an attack.
Doesn't he also say that he wished he could have seen Roxas one more time?
I don't think he says it out loud. He says something about Sora reminding him of Roxas, I think.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember exactly what he says, but he's like, now go.
Yeah.
That was a... Well, in my head that sounded quite a lot like Quentin, but...
It was close, yeah. So we go now. Axel is gone. He's faded away.
Axel has died.
Unfortunately, one of the better characters from the story.
The best.
You're
the best around.
So you... I think we forgot to mention as well, Mickey's with us at this point.
Is he?
Yes, because he joins us outside Twilight Town, the mansion. And he comes in to join us. We get to the world that never was, and then he goes off on his own to do his own thing.
Yeah. So the world never was, the final world, the world of the Nobodies and the organisation, where Kingdom Hearts is being formed.
We've mentioned this world obviously in 358.
Yep, which is, you're now basically heading to the castle where Roxas was working for Xemnas.
Still don't know the castle's name.
No.
Didn't do that research. And so I'm going to mention the original Kingdom Hearts 2 until we get to a certain point.
Yeah.
And then we'll go into Final Mix.
Well, I think it'd be better to do Final Mix first because the cutscene happens in both.
Yeah, you'll understand what I mean when I get to it.
Okay.
So you get to the world never was. They're like, don't worry, Kairi will come to save you. Little cutscenes here and there, like Kairi in a holding cell, and Naminé saves her.
Yeah, Naminé basically breaks Kairi out of the organisation's hold.
Yep. And then so Sora at the base of the world that never was, at the first save point, you run across, you get to a certain point which is in front of the skyscraper.
Memory skyscraper, as it's called.
And two Nobodies go to attack Donald. Time stops.
Yeah, two samurai Nobodies.
Yeah.
Hold Donald and Goofy back.
Yep. And then all of a sudden...
I don't know if time stops. They're still talking, but they fade out. So you're kind of transported into your heart.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay.
And you end up in a dive into the heart kind of area. Now, so with the stained glass.
In the original, you're fighting in the original Kingdom Hearts 2, it's a cutscene where Sora is fighting a hooded figure with two Keyblades, Oblivion and Oathkeeper.
Yep.
Now we all know by now who this hooded figure is, because it's the only person who will dual wield them, unless you're me, because I like to do that because it's fun. So it's Roxas in Sora's heart. I think it's like him trying to take over.
No, it's Roxas making sure that Sora
is ready.
Is worthy. He's like a good enough other to take.
Yeah.
But
in Final Mix, as I was like saying earlier, so I said, we should mention the original and then go into Final Mix. We never got to play this until recent.
10 years after release.
Yeah, 10 years after release. You fight Roxas as an actual fight.
Yeah, you do an actual boss fight, which then leads into the cutscene.
Which is a bloody hard fucking fight.
For a story fight.
For a story fight where you're like at a certain level and you're not really going to farm levels until you get to a certain point.
Yeah.
In the world that never was.
But it's a satisfying fight. And the music is emotional that plays.
Isn't it Roxas's theme?
Roxas's theme.
Yeah.
It is emotional.
Yeah, so you beat him.
And then Roxas says, "You're a good other."
There's that, and there's also there's a point. So to describe the whole cutscene, they're just fighting about, smacking Keyblades together. Yeah. And then Roxas gets thrown into the air, looks down, sees the dive into the heart-like circle, sees that it's Sora, and says, "Oh, that's why." Comes down, fights him. Yeah, he says something like that. Or also, almost as if like to say, "Oh, that's why I wasn't chosen," sort of thing, or why Sora was chosen. And yeah, so he fights him, and he looks like Roxas gets the upper hand. He knocks.
I still feel like Sora wins by a bit of a cop out.
Yeah.
So being the Keyblade master, the Keyblade will always return to your hand.
Yeah.
So Roxas knocks Sora's Keyblade out of his hand.
To be fair, Roxas gets him down to one knee, which is something we've never seen.
Yeah, just by hitting him.
Yeah.
But Sora's not dual wielding, and Roxas is.
True.
But But yeah, he puts one of his keyblades into the handle of Sora's so he can't grab it.
Grab it, yeah.
So Sora just summons his keyblade without Roxas realising and slashes him.
Yeah.
And that's how he wins. Which is a bit of a cop-out in my opinion. But it was flashy,
Sora
it was
was
cool.
the winner.
Sora used his head and you can't fault him for that.
The only fucking time he will use his head.
Oh yeah. So after we beat Roxas,
yeah, as you said, he said you make a good other, and
fade back in. Don and Goofy are wondering what the hell just happened.
yeah, they had to fight the nobodies without him.
And then we carry on into the castle.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yeah, so we just fight our way through the castle. Generally, not a lot really happens. You get a few cutscenes here and there.
You get a cutscene of Mickey running up a ramp, sees this figure on the floor getting attacked by nobodies. He kills the nobodies. Lo and behold, this figure is Diz. Now, this is the first reveal of Diz. We have mentioned who Diz is in the past, but we will say it now. He takes off the mask, or whatever it is, like some bandages, and lo and behold, it's Mr. Ansem the Wise.
That it is.
And funny thing is, we already know this obviously because we've been told by now it's Xehanort's Heartless and Nobody, but
yeah,
interesting that he would use the Ansem name. He just did that to smear the image of Ansem, didn't he? I think we have said that before.
Sort of, but there's a weird fan theory going around to suggest otherwise.
What?
They're saying that Xehanort and Ansem share a heart.
You know
due
what?
to
I know exactly what you're going on to, and I would agree with that fan theory.
It does seem like it would work, and that would explain the whole Aqua thing, but
yeah, I know.
At the same time, right, story for another day. If we finish all of these and want to talk more about Kingdom Hearts, we'll maybe do some theory podcasts mixed with
could do the
Kingdom
trailers.
Hearts 3 thoughts and etc. But
could do our thoughts on the trailers.
yeah, we could do.
Yeah.
Story for another day.
So yeah,
So-
Ansem the Wise is finally revealed to us all. We
Yep.
now know that him and Mickey, you know, obviously they know each other from past
Yep.
cutscenes.
Yep.
And then we go up to the castle,
We fight our way up
fight our way
until
up.
we meet our first organisation member who wants to fight us, which is
Yes.
Zigbar.
Yeah.
So we fight Zigbar. It's not too difficult, really.
Actually, sorry, no. I realised in the recording that's going to sound like I've just like flew away to Los Angeles and ran back to the mine.
What is?
Before that, we do get obviously Nominate saves Kairi. In doing so, creates the bridge to the castle. That's what creates the bridge originally. 'Cause
Is
it's
it?
not there originally. No, it's not. And
Okay.
and then after that, they're running away, and Saïx stops them. Now out of nowhere, a black hooded figure comes out with
Oh yeah, right.
why can I not remember this bloody weapon name?
White Dawn.
Not that one.
I'm swear he has White Dawn at this point.
No, he doesn't. I'll tell you when he gets White Dawn. We'll get there.
Alright.
What's it called again?
Wingblade. It's just
Thank
the
you.
wingblade.
I
It
keep
looks like
going
a
to say-
wing, it's
Dude,
a
I
blade.
keep going to say Wayfinder. Alright?
Oh, that's pretty bad.
I know. So, yeah. Basically, this hooded figure comes out, fights Saïx, tells them to go. Saïx just creates a portal, leaves. So that, and then he goes to follow, and then Nominate actually lets slip that this hooded figure is Riku.
Yes.
Says, well done, Riku, or something like that. And Kairi can't believe that it's Riku. Goes to stop him. Says, don't leave. Take off the hood. I want to see you.
Yeah.
They take off the hood, and it's Ansem.
Ansem, Seeker of Darkness.
Of course, you would know this because we did mention, obviously, in 358, he does accept the power.
Yeah,
and
we did mention that.
eventually does turn him into him. But, you know, we like to keep things nice reveal at the end.
Yeah.
And then that cutscene ends.
Mhm.
Then we get to Zigbar.
Okay, so we fight Zigbar.
Yep.
Beat him.
Hmm.
Does he fade?
Yes, he does. He
Okay.
fades away.
Okay, so we beat Zigbar. Then after him, it's Saïx.
We have a great cutscene though, where
No, it's not Saïx.
Kyrie and Sora see each other for the very
Yeah,
first
just before
time.
you get to the room where you fight the next two organisation members.
I think it's before Zigbar actually.
No, it's not.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%. The room after Zigbar.
I'm talking about when they actually see
all three
each
of them
other.
meet.
No, not that one. Before that, she's on top. She's looking down onto the room, and then Sora's on that room. They're like, she's like, Sora, and then he says Kairi, He gets jumped by Heartless. Then she jumps off of that balcony down.
I know what cutscene you're on about. I can't remember where exactly.
I think it's before Xigbar, because then Xigbar like basically kills all the Heartless around him.
Yeah.
And then that fight happens. She gets given a Keyblade, which is an interesting development.
Yep, which is called Destiny's Embrace.
Yep. So she can wield a Keyblade.
That is actually originally an Aqua keychain.
Yep.
I don't know if that's Final Mix or not, but
I think it was added in for Final Mix just to coincide with.
But yeah, so Destiny's Embrace. It's a nice little name. Got lots of flowers on it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We get all the way up there now after beating Xigbar to the reunion that we've been waiting for.
Sora's a bit confused, and so Kairi, Riku, and Sora all join hands and close their eyes to look at each other with their hearts.
Dude, that scene.
Which is where he sees him as Riku and not Ansem.
Oh, it's so good.
And then Sora kind of breaks down, starts crying.
I looked everywhere for you.
And says that, and grabs his hand.
I didn't want to be found.
And then,
this. Oh,
that's
dude, I could probably quote this whole cutscene. I love it.
It's a great cutscene.
But I love that people point out that when he finally meets Kairi, he just says,
Doesn't care.
I'm sorry. They do hug. So
they hug,
let's give him that. But then when he sees Riku, he's like fully like in tears. He can't believe it.
Yeah.
I looked everywhere for you.
Do you know what? In fairness, Riku was his oldest friend, his oldest friend, and they didn't even know Kairi when they were kids.
So. Yeah, they did a little, but yeah.
Well, no. They'd already been playing together for years and then they were like...
They were still
kids
a new girl. When they finally met.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know technically, but I mean kids, like...
Kids.
Do you know they were only 4 in Birth by Sleep?
No, they were. No.
Birth by Sleep is 10 years before Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 1...
Fuck off.
Sora's 14.
When I was 4, I could barely say a few words.
Terra did the transfer fucking...
Yeah.
I can't think of the word.
I know transference of the Keyblade.
Yeah. To a 4... No. Tell a lie. Riku's 5.
To a 5-year-old.
To a freaking 5-year-old.
Yeah, well, we will get into that.
He
and
deserved
talk about how creepy that is.
What he got. But so basically...
You're ruining a perfectly amazing cutscene.
Right, so this cutscene happens. They're all sad, all reunited. It's all great. So they're like, right, let's go beat the living piss out of Xemnas.
So how about it? One last rumble together? And then we go through the next door. And I believe...
This is where the cutscene happens with Ansem the Wise.
Yeah, Mickey.
And Mickey. So Ansem the Wise has built a machine that can take hearts out of the artificial Kingdom Hearts and basically destroy its progress.
Yeah.
It's never been tested.
No.
So any scientists out there,
how do you ever test
bad idea.
How do you test that though?
Well, in a controlled environment, not while
he
your face is next to
He doesn't have his lab. He's on the run all the time.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
The fact that he built anything is a shock.
But so basically, he shoots it into Kingdom Hearts and the machine explodes. Essentially killing Ansem. Or so we think.
Jumping ahead again. Because we do fight 2 organisation members before this.
I thought this happened after.
Nope.
Oh, okay. So, right, well, let's just finish this. It doesn't matter the order.
So you beat Syx and Luxord.
No, I mean, I'm finishing this cutscene. So we think...
It does matter about the order because it matters to do with Riku. Look, just trust me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The Riku thing changes.
Yeah, but not then. Because we're still fighting. We still need to fight 2 organisation members before that.
Alright, so we fight Syx. We go into a room and it's basically almost like gravestones of each organisation member with a picture of their weapon on it. But they're all broken apart from 2.
Yep.
And the 2 are, as Ryan has mentioned, Syx and Luxord.
Yep.
Syx is like a berserker with a sort of staff bat thing. I don't know what it is.
Gets powered by the moon, yeah.
Yeah, powered by the moon. You fight him. He's not too difficult. Beat him. He fades and does whatever. Same thing with Luxord. His is more of a reaction command gambling thing.
The gambling thing.
It's more done on time limit than
if that's in 3, I'm going to be pissed off.
I doubt it, but we'll see. So we beat Luxord as well.
Bear in mind, you are alone in the fight with Luxord, so you saw her by himself, and then in the fight with Syx, you have Donald and Goofy.
Yeah.
But
see,
Riku
I
never
thought
gets
when you
involved.
fought Luxord, Riku was...
Nope. He's still in his Ansem form.
Is he?
Yeah.
Because I know they will get separated by his cards.
Yep. The next room after the reunion is where you fight Syx and Luxord, because the next room's blocked off by a barrier that can't be
I know you can't go
dispelled,
through until you beat them.
and then you go through there to see Ansem and Mickey. That's when the machine fucks up. And Xemnas is there as well.
Oh.
Yeah. So we've killed Sykes and Luxor, gone, faded now.
So now we're going out and we're
Zemnis
on the
is
altar
the
of
only
Naught.
person left.
The next room is no, yeah, you're right. I've completely missed a room out, that's why I was getting confused.
Yeah.
So you go into the next room, you get this cutscene. It changes Riku back into original Riku.
Yeah.
There's something happens when he blows up the Kingdom Hearts.
The light from the explosion dispelled the darkness in Riku.
Yeah. Though it never actually gets fully explained and Riku doesn't even understand it.
No, but they do kind of just throw it up to the...
Yeah, they're just like, oh yeah, he's
It's the
normal.
power of hearts. But
Yeah.
I think, and this is where we're going to go to it, this is where he gets away to Dawn. Because now he has no darkness in his heart.
Yeah.
A Keyblade can finally emerge.
Yeah, so he gets Way to Dawn, which is essentially a Keyblade version of his Wingblade.
Yeah, it looks a lot better though.
A lot better. But
God.
yeah, so we go through that next room, fighting nobodies as we go. We reach the end of there, and who shows up?
Maleficent and Pete.
Yep. Maleficent turns up saying she wants to take this for herself. This castle.
Yeah.
But what's happened from Ansem destroying the Kingdom Hearts, every heart that touches anywhere releases hundreds of Heartless.
I thought the one heart releases a Heartless, and because there's hundreds of hearts,
It could be.
it's
but
hundreds of Heartless.
the way the PS2 was, like they'd hit and you just see black going
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah,
But,
well, they had to make up for that, didn't they?
So you would basically Maleficent's like, you go, you carry on, because the way she sees it, you beating Xemnas means she gets the castle, so you're on the same team for a minute.
Yeah.
So she says her and Pete will take care of the Heartless, you go deal with Xemnas, and off you go.
Yeah.
Now you're at the altar of Naught.
Now you're at the Order of Naught, yeah.
Yeah. The artificial Kingdom Hearts door, much like the one from the first game, is right there.
Yep. Not yet, sorry. No, we have a boss battle before that.
No, you don't.
You do.
No, you come back out and then fight. You go in, fight him, then come back out, everyone goes home,
You're
and
wrong.
then you see...
No, sorry. You fight Xemnas before you even do that final boss
Oh,
battle.
yeah. No, you're talking to him, and you're talking about, can't you remember how it feels to have a heart and whatnot? And he's
That's
like,
after you beat him.
unfortunately... What the hell, man?
Your memory's not helping me yet.
I can't...
Do you
I
want me
can't
to?
deal.
Do you want me to do?
Basically, he teleports Sora
He takes
alone
Sora away
to
the
Memory Skyscraper, where
Yep.
you fight him,
Yep.
beat him
There's a reaction command in there that's very similar to when Riku fought Roxas.
in that cutscene.
Yep.
The end of Kingdom Hearts 1 is the secret ending.
So you beat him, and that's when you. No, it's not even then. Sorry, no, that line cannot come up yet. So you beat Xemnas. Sora comes back. They're like, "Where did you go?" He's like, "I don't really know. Who knows? Who cares?" Look up. Xemnas is in the Kingdom Hearts that's been blown up because at this point,
Well, he's by the sky, yeah.
he's like, "Kingdom Hearts, give me power," or something.
Yeah, he does something or other.
He has some very interesting lines that I just cannot remember.
So basically then, you open the door to Kingdom Hearts.
the door gets revealed then, yeah.
Yeah, you go in. But
Actually, no, that doesn't reveal the door. I think Mickey explains that the worlds open. It's reveal the door. They want the Keyblade Masters to save the world, so the worlds open that door. They reveal the door. Sorry,
yeah.
almost like when.
But when you
Merlin
examine the
revealed
door, I know it's Mickey, Riku,
Yeah.
and Sora put their Keyblades in the air.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you go to run in, and everyone but Sora, Riku, Donald, and Mickey get blocked out.
Yeah. Is that right?
Something falls down or the door closes. I think it might
I
be.
thought it was just Mickey and Kairi. Mickey and Kairi get blocked out, and
Yeah,
the
that's what I just said.
Oh, is that
Everyone
what you
else.
said? Sorry.
That's it. Sora, Riku, Donald, and Mickey. No, Donald and Goofy. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go in, and everyone else gets blocked out.
You're correct. Yeah.
So you're basically fighting a world again, quite a lot like number 1, Kingdom Hearts 1.
Oh yeah, but this
Um,
one's way better.
Oh, so much more flashy, reaction commands, flying around.
Yeah.
But it's basically you're fighting parts of the ship that Xemnas is controlling. It's a big dragon / building skyscraper thing.
If I'm correct, you blow up the engines, then you destroy the core, and then you fight
Yeah.
him in his armor.
No.
No? Am I wrong? Or am I right? I thought I was right.
No, you're right.
Am
Yeah,
I right?
Yeah, you destroy the engine thing while dodging the building.
Yeah.
Then you press continue, and it places you on one of the platforms where you hit the blowy up heartless things into the cores, and you have to jump between them.
Yeah.
And then when you blow up both of those, you jump up and you fight Xemnas in his Keyblade armor, which is weird.
Yeah.
It's obviously given him a heart or something.
He must have.
And now he's got Keyblade armor.
Because I think we're fair to say this.
Does he have Keyblade at that point?
I think
I've
that
never paid enough attention to his character.
No, he has like a sword thing that appears and doesn't. But I think at this point he does have a heart, but I think that armor is Xemnas' heart. Xehanort's
most
Keyblade
likely.
armor, like his would have been.
Well, it's the same as no heart in the Mirage
Yeah,
Arena.
exactly. That's what I
But
mean.
basically, yeah, so you're fighting him, you beat him, you think, done it. You come out of Kingdom Hearts, back to everyone. Important cutscene plays now. Everyone leaves.
Don't you want to do your Xemnas line?
Okay, you beat him and he's all like, oh, fuck. And then,
Yeah, he says that.
is it Sora or is it Mickey?
Yeah, it's Sora.
Mom's like, don't you remember how it feels to have a heart?
Oh my god, could you imagine if Mickey said that? I would so kill the scene.
Unfortunately.
I don't want to say that
I
how
don't.
obvious it is in your wave what you just did.
No, you could.
Sorry, I cut you off there. Do you want to say your Xemnas one more time?
So he's like, there's more. The whole thing is a lot longer. It's like there's more to a heart than just rage or hate. Don't you remember? Unfortunately, I don't.
And then you think he fades away.
He does fade away, but
know
obviously Kingdom Hearts doesn't want him to be done yet. So everyone leaves back through the dark portal, which I believe
Which was open by Naminé. Yep.
who no one can see
There is a funny part with Riku
apart from.
where he's like, don't worry, I'll open a path. Huh?
He's like, looks like you don't belong in the dark realm anymore, Riku.
It's like, yeah, that was the point of the explosion, Vicky. That's why he doesn't need to wear the blindfold anymore, which is something he took off when the explosion happened. His eyes couldn't lie, or something like that.
So everyone leaves apart from Riku, Sora and Coria stood there, and Roxas and Naminé show up in like some kind of spirit form.
Yeah.
Because Naminé opened the door, but no one could see her apart from Roxas. Fuck. Apart from Coria and Sora, right? And so they join back together.
Yep.
Roxas and Naminé are like, whenever Riku and whenever Sora and Coria are together, we'll be together too. And then she joins back to Kairi, and then Roxas looks at Sora and he's all like, look sharp. And then they reconnect.
Yeah.
Big word in Kingdom Hearts. So they reconnect. Kairi goes through the portal to join the others on Destiny Islands, because for some reason this portal takes everyone to Destiny Islands.
Yep.
No matter if you're from there. They ain't got a gummy ship on Destiny Islands. How are they going to get back?
He's a literal king.
I don't give a damn.
Maybe they have like a thing on the gummy ship that's just like you press a button and it's like next to them.
Maybe Mickey's just got to turn to the darkness a little bit.
Look, we've had enough of that
Moving
already in this series.
Yeah, moving on. So, the door closes, the dark corridor closes, and locks Sora and Riku in the world that never was with Xemnas. The whole platform starts to fall.
Yep.
Luckily, there's a magical flying ship with beams on it.
Beams.
So you jump on your ship.
Yep.
Riku's flying, I believe.
Yeah.
Sora stood on the side with his
yeah.
Keyblade, and you fight a huge dragon.
Yeah, I think it's called Dragon Form Xemnas or something like that.
Could be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then, you know, as this is all going on,
So it's sort of,
with the music behind all this is some of the fucking best music I've ever had in a final boss.
if you listen really close, you might be able to hear it.
And if you haven't got your
saying.
TV turned up, you're a fucking liar.
Just saying, you know.
So yeah, we beat the dragon form. Oh god, this is where I'm getting confused now.
So you beat the dragon form. You have to do it slightly piece by piece.
Yes.
So you beat like you beat one wing, left wing, right wing, then each engine, then the tail, something like that. I can't remember the order.
It might be the other way around, but yeah.
Yeah. But so you do that, then it puts you against Xemnas' armor again.
Yep.
This time he keeps hitting you out of the area, and you have to fly back to him while riding skyscrapers and all sorts. It's really flashy.
Riku smacks the skyscrapers into the
into his blocking that he's doing with the wings on the dragon to stop you getting back through, to destroy the barrier.
Sora knocks it into it, and then Riku chops it up to smack the armor off.
Is it?
I think that's.
I thought it was the other way around.
I think it's that way, yeah.
But so you finally beat him, and you kind of, I don't know where it really takes.
There is actually a final mix cutscene in there.
is there?
Yeah, you land to fight the armor, the thing, and obviously that floats
Oh,
off.
I vaguely remember.
And then he's like, Riku, I want to see Namine again. I want to tell her thank you, and like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember. I want to know her and stuff. And he's like, don't worry, I think we get a chance. And then
Yeah, that
that's
gets
when the
added
fight
in.
starts. But I love it because they're just talking like it's nonchalant while the boss is just sat there like, yeah, all right,
So, guys,
I am here.
I'm gonna destroy the world.
I will literally destroy you. What's going on, guys?
But yeah, so you beat him, and I don't know where you go after that. I don't know where's that area?
It's like a realm in between.
But Xemnas he dons, rather than his black cloak, he's wearing a white and black kind of like tribally looking coat. Which is quite
Wielders of the
interesting.
Keyblade, I will not allow it to end. Not like this or something. Not this way. That's all.
If light and darkness is eternal, then surely we nothings must go on forever too.
Eternal.
Eternal.
Oh, we didn't say some of the great battle lines as you fly. In the third boss battle, as you're flying towards him, the main things where he goes, "Cursed
fools." That's
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 1.
What?
When he says that?
Cursed fools?
Yeah.
It's not.
Is it not?
Doesn't say anything in the one.
Yeah, he does. Ansem. No. Ansem does.
Oh, does he?
Xemnas don't.
No, I meant the ship form answer. I don't think he says jack shit.
He does.
Does he?
Yeah.
Look, man, we're gonna have to like sit down and get.
No, he
our
actually
priorities
does.
straight.
Like, we were quoting it in the episode when we did it.
Not that one, we weren't.
In
We were
Kingdom Hearts 1.
quoting the whole.
Open your heart to dark.
Yeah, that. Does he say that in ship form?
Yeah.
What does
He's
it?
only when you're fighting his body part. But
But we are on Kingdom Hearts 2.
so yeah, moving on, because we are 2 hours 10 minutes into this podcast.
A lot of editing.
So we're on the final fight now. Back to, it's similar to the Memory Skyscraper fight, really, apart from he uses lots of kind of nobody lightning attacks. He's essentially a Sith at this point. He's got 2 red lightsaber things coming out of his hands.
We fucking missed out one of the most important points from the beginning of this podcast.
What's that?
That Roxas faces a dark side that's a nobody.
We did.
Fuck's sake.
We did mention his dive into the heart, didn't we? No?
No. Is that the
That's
second
day 3.
Is that day 3 or 2?
That's day 3.
Oh my fucking god, what have we done?
We should have just looked up the 6 days.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, so that he does a dive into the heart, but all the pictures on the stained glass is Sora.
Yes.
This is because the dive into the heart isn't into his own heart, it's into Sora's heart because he is joining back with him. Then, much akin to Sora in Kingdom Hearts 1 fighting the dark side in his dream in his own dive into the heart, Roxas fights a nobody version, thus confirming he is the nobody side of Sora to the player.
And this nobody thing is called Twilight Form.
The Twilight Thorn, yes, and it looks quite weird and it's all wiggly. It's
Okay.
very flashy fight.
We got that in. Thank
Zoom forward,
fuck.
boom, Xemnas.
Xemnas. Yes. Thank you.
So fight starts off, you're fooling, you mash his shit up.
I
then-
only say this by the way because the lightning, the Twilight Form did that as well.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're fighting. He has a lot of like beams, little plasma bullet things he shoots at you, whatever they are. And there's a few cool scenes in the final fight. So
We shall
Sora
go
and Riku.
together.
Not yet. Sora and Riku are in like a big dome of these bullets, and you're kind of just spamming triangle and X at the same time. And it's really flashy, like flipping over each other, deflecting them all. It's brilliant.
I know what you think I was quoting, but I wasn't quoting the terrible line you don't like.
Oh,
I was,
okay,
I was
that's
quoting Xemnas. In that fight, he
Yeah,
grabs
yeah.
Sora, throws him in the air, he's like, we shall go together.
Oh, yeah.
Throws him in the air.
After this is a point where he grabs Sora.
Oh, yeah.
And doesn't let him go. And his health is continually depleting.
Oh, God.
Continuously depleting. And you've got to play as Riku, which is kind of cool, actually. It's a great moment.
Yeah, it's a shame we don't get to do that more often.
No, but you get to play as Riku, and you have to get close enough while being deflected back constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Close enough to Xemnas to use a reaction command to save Sora.
Yep. And
But in the
on
process-
critical, you're allowed 2 hits on Riku, and then he's dead, and then you'll have to do the whole fight again.
Yeah. In doing so, Riku gets slashed in the back
Ooh.
by Xemnas.
Yeah.
And then you give Sora your Keyblade, and he does like a double keyblade attack to mash Zemnis up. He gets pretty mauled, which puts him down to 1 HP. And then you just have to do a few combos on him until
a finish combo with lightning, thunder, even that.
That's the thing though. I've done finished combos on him and it hasn't done anything. I've had to do like 3 or 4 before it actually
weird,
counts.
because I've never had to do that.
Yeah,
I've once ended a fight just by using Thundaga.
No, I haven't.
I was just like, L1 circle.
But yeah, so you beat him, and that is the final boss of the game. Coming into the final
only took
cutscene,
us over 2 hours to get there.
which is ridiculous. We did 2 games last episode and took way less time.
To be fair, we knew this was going to take a while.
Yeah, I know. But so we're at the ending. Zemnis is defeated now. He's faded away.
Yeah, fully gone now.
And we're on the dark side. We're basically...
There's a fight between...
A lot of dusks start coming.
Loads of dust start appearing. Sora and Riku have to fight them off.
They beat all of those.
It clearly takes a toll on Riku.
Whoops.
They're just bashing the scenery, why don't you? He clearly takes a toll on Riku, considering he did kind of get slashed in the back.
He can't walk very well now. So he's helping Riku. They're just walking aimlessly, realising that they're trapped and have no way out.
There's also a great time when...
Sora now says to Riku, he's like, "Oh, Riku, you've been hanging out in darkness too long."
There's also the whole, like, Sora, I always thought you were better than me, and all that.
You had something I could never imitate. Having you for a friend. No, I had something you could never imitate.
Yeah. Oh,
well, I guess I'm okay the way I am, because I have something you could never imitate too.
Yeah.
But then never says that it's having him for a friend.
No, it's having Donald
having
Goofy.
A big dick.
Having Donald and Goofy. Maybe it's because he gets Kairi and Riku gets...
a Palpu fruit to share with his left hand.
He gets Mickey. Ricky, man.
Ricky.
Oh, that is probably the best thing to come out of this podcast so far, to be honest.
So, Ricky, having their good time. Mate, the way in this ending cutscene, you're going to find out why we're saying this.
Yeah, it's true.
So, you kind of walk aimlessly, a light appears, you go through it, end up on the dark shore.
Yep.
That we've seen before, I believe.
We've seen it in a few cutscenes in the past, at the beginning of the game, which we didn't say. A hooded figure walks up to Zemnis, I think it is, on the beach.
Yeah, he's like, "Do you know your name?
You've been to see him. He looks a lot
like you."
Yeah.
Yeah. But...
Oh, I've actually just had a feeling, or a thought. Feeling thought? When he says, "I've been to see him, he looks a lot like you," does he mean in Kingdom Hearts 1, you remember the secret boss? We said that's Zemnis.
Yeah.
Do you think that's Zemnis, also Zemnis from the beach? Because he does say he's been to see him, looks a lot like you.
Could be.
That's the only time I can imagine Zemnis seeing him. I've never thought of that before. I hope that's true.
An Automania will probably tell you.
Yeah, I hope so.
But so they're on the dark side of Destiny Island's beach.
Mm-hmm.
And they pretty much just resign themselves to the fact they're never going back to the light side.
Yeah.
They're like, Kairi and the king are over there. If they're going to be the light, then we'll just be the darkness.
Yeah. Which is weird to hear Sora say, but I think he's okay.
Yeah, he's just happy he's got his friend. They've protected the realms. They know everyone's safe.
Yeah.
That's all that matters to him. And then, what do you know? A bottle washes up on the shore, and it's the bottle that Kairi threw into the ocean on Destiny Islands when she couldn't remember who Sora was.
Yeah.
They open it up, and it is the famous, almost poem, I guess you'd call it. I don't know what you'd call it.
I'd say it's a poem.
But it's in the booklet for the original Kingdom Hearts 1 game on PS2. And it's, we pray for our sorrows to end and hope that our hearts will blend.
Yeah, you.
Now, I will step forward to realise this wish.
Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe starting a new journey may not be so hard, or maybe it's already begun. There are many worlds, but they all share the same sky. One sky, one destiny.
Why do I feel like I'm being serenaded right now?
Well, I can put it away if you want.
God damn it. Been waiting for you to do that all fucking podcast. But yeah, so we get that great line. It's actually switched now from in-game graphics to
beautiful cutscene graphics.
Cutscene graphics. So this is when you signal.
As soon as
it's the end.
Yeah. So as soon as he finishes reading this letter, you see a door to light start to open.
Light.
And
door to light.
And then he stands up turns around and puts his hand down to Riku, and in the worst voice acting in the entire series, in my personal opinion, says, "We'll go together."
We'll go together.
I don't like the way he says that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they go through, and don't know why these doors never open to the ground level. So they go through these doors and they're falling from the sky in Destiny Islands.
Yep.
He's like, "Okay, through the door."
To be fair, they do look like they're in comas as they're flying through.
Yeah.
They go smack into the water. Now I've heard if you go head first into the water at fucking speeds like that,
You're going to die.
Your neck's not coming out the same. But this is also a world where they go into the water. Sora comes out of the water
with his hair slightly flatter, flicks it. Perfect.
Yeah, back to normal. Hairspray back intact.
Seal it, bang!
What's that got to do with hair?
It's the one where he's got a gun. He's like, bang, bang, and the dirt is gone.
This has nothing to do with this.
I know, it's just in my head.
Oh, for God's sake.
So they land in the water, they get up, and Kairi's there, looking at Sora, having a great time. Sora's like,
Riku,
"You're
and
back." And then Sora... No, wait.
Sanctuary after the battle starts.
And then, yeah, Sora's like, "We're back." And then they clap hands together with her charm that she gave me.
I thought you were going to mention the whole, Donald and Goofy rushing and Mickey.
Okay.
Rushing like the Halo.
When they finally get back, Mickey jumps into Riku's arms, and I'm not saying anything weird's going on, but there's something weird going on.
And then Donald and Goofy do spear Sora to the ground.
Yeah, they do, but...
And then he's like, "We're back." And then Kairi says, "You're home." Although, actually, before that, they look up, and Sora changes to Roxas for a sec, and Kairi changes
to Name for a sec, to kind of show that they are always together, and that it was a happy ending.
And then he finally gives Oathkeeper back, or the keychain anyway.
Yeah.
It's my lucky charm.
Be sure you bring it back to me. Shut up, Kairi.
Shut up. Way to edit two things together to make them completely irrelevant to each other. Yeah.
But that's it. Cutscene players, best theme song of the Kingdom Hearts series, and the best version of that song in, I believe, both of our opinions.
Yeah.
Sanctuary After the Battle by Yutari Karu.
Yep.
We will link it in the description on YouTube if that's where you're watching it.
I would edit it, but I feel like it should be listened to.
It needs its own thing.
Yeah.
It is brilliant. And if you can, watch it with the final cutscene, because it just makes it feel more powerful, in my opinion. The piano starts playing while Sora and Kairi are talking to each other, and it's so good.
Yeah, definitely. So good. And then through the credits, as per Kingdom Hearts 1,
you see how each world has kind of worked out.
Yeah, I don't think we really need to go into that.
No, we don't.
It just seems to be like the Disney.
Yeah, it's just Disney happy ending. After the credits is important, leading directly into Recoded, this one.
Yes, with the bottle, yeah.
Yeah, because the bottle is actually... A lot of people think it's telling him to go to Yen Sid for training, which is 3D. But actually, it's telling him that they're decoding the journal.
Yep.
So it's actually a direct lead into Recoded.
Did we just kind of go through all of Recoded?
That's it, yeah, that's the whole fucking story. But no, okay, so
we'll give Recoded a little time.
Kairi runs up onto the beach to give Sora a letter from the king.
Yep.
To which all three of them read it together. And Sora says he's going to go. We don't find out what the letter says.
It doesn't even say anything, it just zooms out.
Yeah.
They read the letter. They're reading the letter. The music's playing. It's all hyping up. And
I'm sure it says something like, "They need me" or something like that.
We are.
Or does it happen in the same cutscene but in a different game?
Different game, and it's not even. It's in-game graphics, that cutscene. Not.
I thought you were like, "I have to go."
That is in-game graphics, and that is in Birth by Sleep. So we'll probably get that into the next podcast.
What, Sora says that?
Yep. Because it's a cutscene in Birth by Sleep Final Mix.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, we'll get that.
I've been skipping the cutscenes on my latest playthrough. I'm going to do another playthrough after.
Yeah.
Where I watch them all.
Fair enough. But, by the way, that cutscene is literally the very ending cutscene.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, and then we get that. And then, if we did everything, as in per Kingdom Hearts 1, if you 100% everything, you do get 2 secret cutscenes.
Or if you do it on critical mode, you get it automatically. But
yeah, exactly. One of the cutscenes is just 3 armoured figures walking in this graveyard of Keyblades. That's what I'm calling it for now. And in the middle is Kingdom Key D, and Way to Dawn. These 3 figures pick them up,
They're wearing Keyblade armor.
They're wearing Keyblade armor, but I was just going to say armor for now because we don't actually know what that is.
I mentioned it in the episode.
Fair
I
enough.
talked
Fair
about
enough.
Nemesis.
And then this figure starts walking towards them, and then all these like little words keep
it's an
flashing
old
up.
man.
We don't know that yet.
You do see
In the next cutscene, which I was going to go into, we know
okay.
it's an old man. Loads of words start popping up randomly. It's like, I think it's just answer reports, just all over the place.
Yeah, it's just random words like
But I think
heart,
it's saying what
darkness, and stuff like that.
Yeah, all that, and then if you 100% everything or did critical, you get the proper cutscene, which is the 3 Keyblade wielders in Keyblade armor are approached in the middle by an old man.
Mm-hmm.
Thus, then a dark figure comes out of this old man, who we don't know at the time.
Yeah.
We'll call him the Masked Boy because that's what he's called at the start
Yeah,
of
the Masked Boy.
Birth by Sleep. They have this massive fight.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 Keyblade wielders just getting their asses kicked.
Pretty much the premise for the game it's showing off.
Yeah,
but
pretty much. And then an interesting thing happens. One of them goes to face the old man dead on. The old man beats him in a fight. One of them comes to try and strike him from behind, gets grabbed by the old man. For some reason he's a speedy bugger. And
who is so fast?
essentially like freezes him. Now when we first watched this as kids, we thought he killed the person who gets grabbed, but actually his eyes are moving, so it's not. But as we see, when he gets his mask sort of smashed off and we get a look inside, we see that this person looks like Roxas.
Yeah.
We have no idea what any of this means.
But it's something for another episode.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But it's pretty much a trailer for the next game we're going to be going into, which is Birth by Sleep.
And then this old man summons a massive heart in the sky. The music's picking up. This one of the Keyblade wielders takes off the mask, zooms in on his face. His eyes start to turn yellow, and then it just says "Birth by Sleep" or something like that. It all began with "Birth by Sleep" or something. There's like a line in there that basically hints at the name of the game.
And then it says "Reconnect."
Reconnect.
Kingdom Hearts
Kingdom
comes
Hearts,
up. So.
as always.
And that's it. That is Kingdom Hearts 2.
I know
I would say in a nutshell, but that was 2.5 hours, so it's not.
I know.
Really
I
in a
almost
nutshell.
don't want to edit this.
That's it. It's all right. We can split it up.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Split up into 2 parts.
Yeah.
Nah, that's alright. I'll get it all done. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry for jumping all over the place again. I thought this one would be a lot better
Out of
than
10,
before.
what would we give this?
The game?
Yep.
I think Kingdom Hearts 2 is a 10 out of 10 game.
Oh, I agree.
I think it is one of the very, very few games I've played that get a 10 out of 10 from me.
Yep.
One other, which I'm just going to throw out there right now, is Final Fantasy X, but you know, whatever. It's okay, people. Don't worry about it.
I also agree.
But yeah, hope you enjoyed anyway. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Share it around, and peace out. See you next time, guys.
Bye, guys.